are listening to Yankton High School Athletics on KYNT, Yankton's home team. This broadcast is brought to you in part by
Hy-Vee, Larry's Heating and Cooling, Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance, Ben's Brew Station, 1919 Root Beer, Fairfield Inn and Suites and the Holiday Inn Express in Yankton, Triple Time Rudy's, Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance, South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Vision Real Estate, Missouri River Associates, First Chiropractic Centers, First Dakota National Bank, the UPS Store, Conkling Distributing, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Avera, Mayor Signs, Vision Care Associates, Truxedo, MT and RC Smith Insurance, Olson's Pest Technicians, Parker Hannafin, Midwest Insurance Agency, CoreTrust Bank, H&R Block of Yankton, Vantage Financial, Adam Walter, The Move Group, Hedro.
Now, we go live to the action.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Crane Youngworth Field in beautiful, and I mean that literally tonight, beautiful Yankton, South Dakota. It's football weather as the Bucks have their home opener, and they're back in black against the defending 11AA state champions in the Watertown Arrows. I'm Brayden Butler, joined by Josh Boelter. And Josh, we should have a great one tonight. A Yankton team looking to get some revenge after a loss last season, and a Watertown team looking to establish themselves in their chance to repeat as state champions after a tough loss last week to a Class 11 AAA opponent.
Yeah, I think you said it best. Beautiful weather outside. You know, enough of that 80s and 90s stuff. This is fall weather football. Let's go on a Friday night. And these are two heavyweight teams, two teams that were really good last year at the top of the class, the top two seeds going into the playoffs last year. Watertown, like you said, the defending state champions. And, yeah, it should be a great game, and really looking forward to this one.
We are live from your broadcast booth, brought to you by the Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express in Yankton. Get great rates and flexible reservation changes by calling either hotel direct. Brayden Butler, Josh Boelter will be your broadcast booth today. Big shout out to our fans of the game, brought to you by Triple Time Rudy's. Whether you're going to a home or an away game, be sure to fill up at Triple Time Rudy's. They're at 1606 Broadway Avenue in Yankton. Josh, let's get right into our matchup breakdown between these two teams. The Bucks 1-0 on the season. It's a road matchup last week with the Huron Tigers, 41-24 in that one. We'll get more in-depth in our Friday Night Rewind here coming up shortly, but just initial thoughts after that game. A shaky start, but ended up being a solid win.
Right, and Coach Muth talked about, we'll sit down with him later in the pregame show, talked about how this team, after kind of a shaky end of the first half, were able to respond and fight back and overcome a little bit of adversity and make things happen in the second half. And I'll tell you what, this team, a lot, especially on defense, reminded me a lot of last year's team in the sense of we're able to force turnovers, did a pretty good job against the run game. So I'm excited to see that defense again. And on offense, things really opened up in the second half. We're able to light it up on the scoreboard a little bit, air it out a little bit, get a couple big touchdown passes, one to Owen Eidsness and one to Abel Bryan as well. So I'm excited to see if that momentum from the second half carries over this week against Watertown.
Yeah, it was. I don't want to say the Bucks were on cruise control in that first half either, but it's 21-7 with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Things happen. Things change quickly in the game of football. We both know that. Huron goes down and scores. Late into the half situation, a pick six, and all of a sudden you're tied 21 even going into the locker room. To be a fly on the wall for that locker room conversation, probably couldn't air it over the broadcast with how everything went, but they were able to steady the ship, only giving up 3 points in the second half, scoring 20 themselves, coming out with a 41-24 victory. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Let's switch our attention to the Watertown Arrows. 0-1 after a 11 AAA loss to Sioux Falls Jefferson. It was, for them, though, a big loss, as they were beaten 51-7 by the Cavaliers. That's something that I don't want to say is uncharacteristic because it was a team that similar result last year. I think it ended up being 38-7 or something like that for Watertown against Sioux Falls Jefferson. We saw what they went on to do, but still a little worrying when you have that big loss right out of the gate.
Yeah, you know, it can be, but I think we're going to find out a little bit more about Watertown this week. They're fighting in their class this week, and that'll be a little bit more interesting to see how they respond to that. I mean, we've seen plenty of grade 11 AA teams go out and have a rough week against a AAA squad. But Jefferson's a good team. They're ranked number 3 in those polls over in AAA for a reason. That's no lightweight that you're going and facing Sioux Falls Jefferson. So a 51-7 outcome, while it looks rough, you can understand it to a point. And I'm curious to see how Watertown adjusts and how they respond to that game from last week.
When you want to get things going early on, you lean on your seniors. Big senior classes for both of these teams, 20 for Watertown, 14 for Yankton by my count. So it's massive, large senior classes, which we're used to, but senior classes that might be a little unproven. A lot of new faces starting. Coach Muth, I know, talked about that earlier this week at Quarterback Club and with us, and it just a lot of new faces that are starting, but guys who have been in the program for a long time for both teams, because it was a large senior class last year for both Watertown and Yankton there as well.
Yeah, it's not a lot of times you get a full senior class with guys looking to prove themselves. A lot of guys that, like you said, like Coach Moves really said, these first couple weeks, a lot of guys who have been through the program and put in the work behind the scenes, and now they're getting their chance here. And a lot of these guys making their first start at Crane tonight, and that's an exciting time for those guys.
Should be a great matchup tonight. Yankton looking for revenge. Watertown looking to start their quest to get back to the Dome and repeat as Class 11 AA state champions. Should be a great one. It's the home opener. Yankton's wearing their black jerseys. We're always a fan of that with the when the alternates come out. It's a different kind of mindset here on a Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have any official stats on this, but we're going to give you a Josh Boelter stat. I don't think they've ever lost when I've watched them play in the black uniforms. So knock on wood. Do with that as you will.
Should be a good one tonight. Should be a lot of fun. Some fireworks might fly. They won't. I don't know if they'll light up the night sky, but we'll light it up on the field down there between these two teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to be a great one here. Looking forward to this. And, two of the top-end teams in AA. The only ranked matchup this week in AA, by the way, according to the polls. So it's a 2-versus-5 matchup, and looking forward to see it play on the field. Can 7 o'clock be here yet?
We're going to get there in due time, Josh Boelter, due time. When we come back, we're going to take a look back at last week's win over the Huron Tigers in your Friday Night Rewind. This is the Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. We're back with more here from Crane Youngworth Field in 3 minutes.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends.
You can have on land. Trivia on Tuesday nights, music bingo on Wednesdays with live music on Friday night. This is downtown Yankton's fun gathering place for all ages. If you can't be on the boat or at a Bucks or Gazelles game, then it's the Boathouse.
When the summer heat is on, make sure your cooling system is up to the challenge. Kaiser Heating and Cooling has the right solution for your home or business, whether it's a high-efficiency air conditioner, geothermal system, or reliable heat pump unit. For over 77 years, we've been keeping Yankton cool with expert installation and service. Don't sweat this summer. Stay comfortable all season long with Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton's most trusted heating and cooling professionals.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
Looking for fuel or more? Stop by Triple Time Rudy's, your locally owned convenience store at 17th and Broadway. At Triple Time Rudy's, they're proud to support the community, offering fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers and backing local activities and events. Inside, you'll discover regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. Whether it's a quick snack, a tank of top-quality fuel, or a taste of local goodness, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling the community.
Recently, a small business owner came into the UPS store to pick up a banner we printed for her latest event. As we rolled it up, she asked if we also designed brochures. The answer? Absolutely, we can help with that too. For over 7 years, the UPS store in Yankton has been helping customers with all kinds of printing, from large banners to detailed brochures. Come see us today and find out how we can assist the project. And don't forget to ask about our print specials.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Fall sports season is here, and so is Yankton Medical Clinic, with 3 orthopedic surgeons to keep you in the game. Whether you're gearing up for football, volleyball, soccer, or cross country, the YMC orthopedic team is ready to support your winning season. Stay in the game by seeing one of 3 board-certified orthopedic surgeons immediately. No referral necessary, no bouncing between buildings, and no hassles. Just complete orthopedic care when you need it most. Call today or visit yanktonmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
FNBO is the great big small bank, and for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family-owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com, member FDIC.
Welcome back in here on KYNT and KYN-TV. It's your Hy-V pregame show. Hy-V with his helpful smile in every aisle. The Bucks are getting ready to take on the Watertown Arrows, coming off of a big win last week over the Huron Tigers in their season opener. And it's time to talk to one of those key contributors from that victory last week as we shine a light on Owen Eidsness, the senior wide receiver, for our Buck in the Headlight interview segment. Got a chance to talk to him earlier this week at Bucks football practice. He mentioned that there is no love lost between Watertown and Yankton, and that should fuel a great game tonight. Let's go to that interview now.
Brayden Butler here for KYNT. It's your Buck in the Headlight interview. We're talking to Owen Eidsness today, number 0, but making some big plays, caught 2 touchdowns, 90 yards by our count, 8 receptions. Had yourself quite the day in week 1, a big victory over Huron. Just walk us through that a little bit and how you're, well, I don't want to say varsity debut. You've played varsity before, but as the number 1 receiver, it felt like last week, your first time on varsity. How'd that all go for you?
Yeah, just off season with Tate, getting in work about once a week for sure. And the practice, what you put in is what you're going to get out of it. So I knew just coming in the game, I was going to have a big day as long as everything went well. And, O-line is going to block well, running back's going to run well. All my receivers are going to do what they do. And me and Tate were just clicking that day.
There's 2 plays I want to talk about specifically. Both of them, coincidentally, are your touchdown catches. Coach Muth talked earlier today at Yankton Quarterback Club about how the first touchdown was a check that Tate made at the line. You're one-on-one on the edge. He throws that fade ball to you. And the other one, just a gutsy throw up the seam. Your head wasn't even around until that ball was on its way down to you. So just talk about your connection with Tate on those plays and how those really came together for you guys.
Yeah, so basically at the line, saw one-on-one. Me and Tate know. we have the glance on the calls. He saw one-on-one. He knows he's coming to me with that ball. So it's just chemistry and being out here every day with him. He knows that ball's coming my way. And then the seam route, I actually had a wheel route, and he saw the guy was kind of outside shade, and I was one-on-one. So he changed it to an 8 route. And, yeah, we run that route every day probably before pre-practice. So flipped my head around, saw the ball, just right there, perfect ball.
I know, like we talked about a little earlier on, Tate, first year starting on varsity. You're really up the top of the depth chart here on varsity now. How long have you guys been playing together? Because that connection feels so crisp between you two.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. He never even played football up until freshman year. It was just backyard football, me and him, a long time ago, just friends being outside, and I convinced him to come out and play football freshman year, and he ended up breaking his leg, so that wasn't great. But he came back, I think it was sophomore year, played a great JV season. Then junior year, got to sit behind Easton Nelson, good quarterback. And then, yeah, just kept working, and now he's here senior year, and he's doing great.
Let's talk about you now as well. You've bided your time. You've played well when your name's been called upon, but now as one of the guys, if not the guy in this receiving room, how does it feel to be able to come out and show out in your first game of your senior year?
Yeah, it just feels great, being taken under the wing by Carson Ness and Connor Slauble last year, and then just putting in a bunch of work this summer. It feels great to finally get what you get. What's the words here? Get out what you put in. So yeah, it feels great for sure.
Big test coming up on Friday. It's the defending state champions in Watertown. What are you seeing on film, and what do you guys got to do to win on Friday?
Obviously they didn't have a great game. They lost 56-7, I think, but they won the state championship. They're still a great team, and they played one of the best AAA teams in the state. So we definitely are not underestimating them at all. We know what they're capable of, and it's going to be a dogfight for sure. And there's no love lost between us and Watertown, so we know it's going to be a good game coming down to the wire.
Well, thanks for taking time, Owen.
Yes,
Good luck
sir.
on Friday.
Thank
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Big thank you to Owen Isnes for taking the time to talk to us here at KYNT and KYN-TV. That was your Buck in the Headlight interview. We're going to take another break here on the Hy-Vee pregame show. Come back and keep things rolling as we're getting ready for kickoff between the Watertown Arrows and the Yankton Bucks. This is the Yankton Bucks football pregame show brought to you by Hy-Vee.
Are you on track to retire? I'm Adam Boelter, a certified financial planner with Vantage Financial, born and raised in Yankton, South Dakota. My team and I pride ourselves on building trust through clear, honest advice tailored to your unique goals. From retirement planning to smart tax strategies, we'll create a personalized plan to help you feel confident and secure about your financial future. Visit vfplanning.com or search Adam Boelter, Vantage Financial, to schedule a 15-minute call today.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
At Mead Lumber of Yankton, we're more than building materials. We're your partner in every project. From your first sketch to your final nail, we're here with expert advice, quality products, and hometown service you can count on. For over 100 years, we've been proud to build homes, businesses, and dreams with you right here in our community. Stop in and see what makes Mead Lumber the trusted name in building. Mead Lumber of Yankton, helping you build, helping you grow, from design to finish.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
For coverage you can count on, call Brendan Hansen or Brandon Tycro in Yankton today.
Looking for the perfect place to get together with friends and family, watch the game, and enjoy some of the best wings in town? Make plans to visit Checkers Sports Bar and Grill. It doesn't matter what team you cheer for, your game day cravings are covered. Enjoy the action while you dig into mouth-watering wings, juicy burgers, and stacked sandwiches. Open Tuesday through Sunday, Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is Yankton's favorite spot for food, friends, and sports. Your game days belong at Checkers.
Have a large group or event that you'd like to offer clothing for? JJ Benji's can make you look good. Instead of you taking orders, collecting money, and then delivering the clothing, let JJ Benji's handle it all. JJ Benji's will create an online store with the merchandise you want to offer. People order, pay, and then JJ Benji's will ship it. You just provide a link or QR code to the online store, and that's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton for more information.
Welcome back in here on the Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Brayden Butler in here to talk about our rival report for this week. The Watertown Arrows on the docket for the Yankton Bucks. Friday night under the lights in the home opener for the Bucks at Crane Youngworth Field. Let's give a little background on the Arrows and their season last year. 10-2 overall, 10-1 against Class AA opponents, 6-1 at home, 4-1 on the road or at a neutral site, scoring 353 points as a team. That's 29.4 points per game and allowing only 12.8 points per game. For the Arrows, they did win the Class 11 AA state championship, a thriller in the Dakota Dome over the Peer Governors. Let's look game by game last season just to give you an idea of who the Arrows played and who actually got the best of the Arrows. Only one 11 AA team did, and it may be one that might surprise you. They started the season with a loss to Sioux Falls Jefferson, 38-7. That's a tough 11 AAA school. Bounced back immediately, a 2-score win over Yankton, 27-13 at Watertown Stadium. They would then go and defeat the, at that point, 7-time defending state champion Peer Governors, 28-14, before defeating Mitchell and Douglas back-to-back, 47-14, 54-0 in that order. So really flexing the offensive muscle there in the middle of the season. And that is a 4-game win streak for the Arrows following their season-opening loss to Sioux Falls Jefferson. But the 111 AA school that got the better of the Arrows last season were the Spearfish Spartans. 27-20, they fall to Spearfish. But after that, they rattle off 6 straight wins, including the state championship. They defeated T-Area, a 25-0 shutout. Had a bit of a scare against Sturgis, 35-24. That game ends up. But they handle Aberdeen Central in their regular season finale, 41-14. They shut out Huron in the quarterfinals, 35-0. Take care of business against Brookings, 20-7 in the semifinals. And then a 1-point victory in the Dakota Dome, stuffing a 2-point conversion attempt at the buzzer by the Peer Governors, 14-13. The Watertown Arrows were your Class 11 AA state champions. In the postseason, 35-0, 20-7, 14-13, 69-20. They outscored their opponents when it mattered most in crunch time. That's a Watertown team that was a well-oiled machine down the stretch. So far this season, they are coming off a loss, are the Arrows, 51-7 to Sioux Falls Jefferson. But once again, it's a very good 11 AAA team again this year for the Cavaliers. Should be competing at the top class in the state of South Dakota. The Arrows will be road warriors for the remainder of the season. Only 3 of their remaining games are at home, trying to break in that new field up in Watertown. 5 road games, including this matchup with the Yankton Bucks. The Arrows will have Peer, Douglas, and Sturgis at home, so not as many West River trips this year for the Arrows, but they will go on the road tonight at Yankton. They'll be on the road against Mitchell, Spearfish, T-Area, and Aberdeen Central this season. So road warriors down the stretch if the Arrows want to repeat. 5 road games on the docket, including tonight's matchup with the Yankton Bucks. If anybody can do it, it's the Arrows. They got a big senior class, 20 seniors on this year's roster, trying to fill and replace guys who graduated from last year's state championship team. New quarterback this year, Marcus Pitkin takes over as the signal caller from Trayton Hemrick. Should be a good one today between the Bucks and the Arrows at Crane Youngworth Field. This has been your Rival Report here on KYNT and KYN-TV. We're going to take a break, come back in a couple minutes, keep things rolling on the Hy-Vee pregame show.
I'm Colby Kukta, one of your Yankton Edward Jones financial advisors. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles on KYNT.
Call 605-653-4860 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
I'm Colby Kukta, financial advisor Edward Jones Yankton, member SIPC.
Mount Marty is committed to excellence in nursing.
We really go the extra mile to care for our students as a whole person. My name is Crystal Diedrichson. I am an associate professor of nursing at Mount Marty. As a Catholic Benedictine university, we can incorporate God and prayer in our regular classwork and interactions with students. And in addition to that, we care about the students in other aspects of their lives.
Start your journey at mountmarty.edu.
Do you have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Bicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
You've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury. Check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation. Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet. From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back. Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Now located on Summit Street across from the high school.
Do you struggle with dry contacts? At Vision Care Associates, we have a great option. Infused contact lenses by Bosch & Lomb. Infused lenses are designed to ensure that your eyes stay hydrated and irritation-free, even after a full day of wear. Our doctors specialize in fitting these lenses for maximum comfort and optimal vision. Schedule your consultation and experience the all-day comfort and crisp, clear vision you deserve.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Sherco, the industry leader in tarping, has done it again with the release of the all-new Sherlock E-Series electric tarp. The E-Series features fully assembled front and rear arms, a pre-wired sealed control box, and Sherco's exclusive SmartWire sealed harness for quick and easy installation. Operate the E-Series with the SureLink EZR remote or by your smartphone using the SureLink app. Add more time to your day with the Sherlock E-Series. To learn more, contact your authorized Sherco distributor or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
You listen to the Yankton Bucks football pregame show. I'm Josh Boelter, and I had a chance to sit down with Yankton Bucks head football coach Brady Muth, talk about last week's win against Huron, as well as welcoming the defending state champion Watertown Arrows to town for the first home game of the season. Here's that conversation.
Coach, you guys pick up the win against Huron last week. What were some things that really impressed you and maybe some things that you've been working on throughout the week?
I think a big part of it, the thing that impresses me the most is that these guys were punched in the mouth a little bit right before half and made some adjustments and then had the guts to stick to it and execute in the second half. And I think it speaks to maturity of these guys. I mean, and also there's been a lot of guys that have competed in a lot of big games, not necessarily in football. And so knowing what it takes to get a win, I think that speaks to the way we do things here in Yankton. So from that point of view, I was really proud with the way they responded at halftime. Things we got to fix. I mean, time is going to take care of some of that. That second half took care of some of that. Just getting some game under your belt and feeling confident about what your job is. That all kind of, you saw that start to emerge more in the second half. And so there's things we got to clean up. I mean, penalty things that we got to clean up. Run blocking things we got to clean up. But the big thing is that when they came to work on Saturday morning, they were ready to get back at it. And so all of those things coupled together, Huron gave us a heck of a test, especially in that first half. And to come out of it on top and to have a win and to win the way we did, I think it speaks to the maturity of these guys and hopefully the direction we can get this thing going.
Tate's first start at quarterback, what were your thoughts on his performance?
I thought a lot of guts, to be honest with you. I mean, Tate's game is he's a real smart guy, understands the offense, and ball comes out really quick. When the ball isn't coming out quick, we get into trouble, and we ran into a little bit of that, but he learned from it, and you saw that then in the second half. there aren't a whole lot of guys in the state that can finish the first half the way he did and then come out and shoot the way he shot in the second half. And so from that, I'm really impressed and really happy. But like I said, I mean, Tate's an even keel guy. The guys that we have on our team are even keel guys, and they're never going to get too high. They're never going to get too low. And Tate's kind of the poster boy of that. I mean, he's steady Eddie, and I mean, settled everything down and came out and had a really good second half of football for us.
Yeah. And you guys forced 3 turnovers on defense. Can you just talk about how much, obviously, one that can change a game, but just is that really part of the game plan, try to force those turnovers?
Always. Our defense is opportunistic, and they're going to create situations where they have opportunities for picks. And not only that, but we've got athletes that can do it. I mean, when you look especially in our secondary, we've got a lot of special athletes back there, highlighted with Cale Hazelhorst. And so, I mean, all of those guys, I mean, there's going to be turnovers, especially if the ball's being put in the air. And to couple that up, I mean, our rush, our defensive front is solid too, and those two things working in concert together really spell a lot of success for us. And so we got to keep following that game plan. Turnovers are something that everybody wants. It's something, I don't want to say it's expected here, but it's definitely an objective that we come out of the game winning the turnover battle, and we do things to make sure that we end up on the right side of that. And so from that point of view, just really happy with the way everybody executed.
Now looking forward to Friday night, first home game of the season, defending state champions coming to town. First off, how nice is it to play that first home game of the season? And second, what can we expect from Watertown?
I mean, it's anytime you get to be at Crane, it's great. And our guys know that, and our fans love it, and all of those things are great. And so just to have an opportunity to be at home in front of our people, you know, I mean, that's, to be totally honest with you, that's what this thing's all built on is you know, doing something for your community and your school and your program. And so being able to be at home is obviously an added benefit to us. But you've got the defending state champs in Watertown coming to town. They're a good, solid squad. They returned some key guys from last year. They've graduated a lot just like us, but they've got some really dynamic players and some really important spots highlighted by their quarterback, number 17 pick, and he's a good athlete. We've watched him come up. I've watched him play multiple sports. He's going to be the focal point of what they do offensively, and so they're going to be big and physical up front, and he's a speedy guy that's going to create some problems for us. He's got the ball in his hands every play, and so we've got to be ready defensively to keep our eyes on him and keep him corralled, let our secondary do their thing. If we can do that defensively, we got a chance. Offensively, it'll be a lot of the same. They're going to be big up front. They're going to play real solid defense. They'll put their guys in a lot of man situations because they'll want to bring pressure and make things hard for us, and we've got to have the guts to stand in there and throw against it and be tough enough to run against a really tough front.
That was Yankton Bucks head football coach Brady Muth before tonight's big game against Watertown. I'm Josh Boelter. You're listening to the Yankton Bucks football pregame show.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision too. That's why State Farm agent Rhonda Westland is right here in Yankton to help you select the right protection at the right price. Rhonda will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call her. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Have aches and pains taken you out of your game? Sports injuries can happen quickly, posing threats to your health and ability to participate in your regular athletic activities. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson from First Chiropractic Centers. Chiropractic care can provide pain relief from sore and aching muscles and lead to faster recovery after workout by easing the inflammation you experience, like stiffness, pain, or restricted movement. Visit with us about managing your sports injuries. First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Hi, this is Larry with Larry's Heating and Cooling. Whether you buy a Lennox or Carrier high-efficiency gas furnace with a high-efficiency heat pump, you'll qualify for a $2,600 tax credit. Hurry, these credits end December 31st. Also, there are up to $1,500 utility rebates available depending on your location. Add up this and save $4,100. Increased efficiency means lower utility bills. Call us today for a no-obligation quote. Same-day financing available. Larry's Heating and Cooling, your only locally owned Carrier and Lennox dealer.
New in town and built for game day, Forum Energy is here to fuel your fall. From the weight room, to the sidelines, to the final buzzer, Forum brings you the boost you need to level up. Available in 4 flavors: Screamin' Freedom, Blue Blitz, Orange Fury, and Grape Smash. Form Energy boasts natural flavors, natural caffeine from green tea, electrolytes for hydration, and a blend of ingredients aimed at supporting mental focus. It's clean, powerful energy. Look for the can with the Bolt and power your performance with Form Energy.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, they believe patients should understand their treatment, not just receive it. That's why they show you x-rays and photos, explain the why, and keep you informed every step of the way. They treat patients of all ages and especially love caring for kids. Most pediatric treatments are done right in the office, trying to limit trips out of town. So come see Elwood Family Dental Care today, located at 19th and Broadway, where they take care of the entire family.
Ever have one of those days? Your car breaks down, your dog decides your couch is a chew toy, and oh yeah, a tree falls on your roof. Don't worry, Missouri River Associates has you covered. Auto, home, pet mishaps, we're here for all of life's little oops moments. Call 665-6885 for your free quote, because life happens and we're ready for it.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but not sure where to start? I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. With 20 years of experience and a passion for finding the perfect match, I'll work hard for you, answer all your questions along the way, and make it stress-free. Call me at 605-664-5555, and let's get moving.
If it's time to review the look of the signage of your business, let Mayor Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including exterior and interior signage, fleet wraps, digital signs, and much more. They also do logo creation and vehicle wraps. Their technicians arrive on site, fully equipped to get the installation done with quality workmanship. With the latest tools and technology, Mayor Signs provides high-quality installation service for any sign. Contact Mayor Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton.
70 years ago in 1955, Moody Motors was founded on common sense, down-to-earth family values, and that same philosophy still holds true to this day. We strive to be the best and respect all customers. Are we perfect? Heck no. Do we make mistakes? Sure we do. All I'm saying is that our crew works hard to give you the best purchasing or service experience possible. Thank you for your business the last 70 years, and we look forward to serving you in the future, right here at Moody Motors in Nyborough.
Boston Shoes to Boots is your locally owned family shoe store located in downtown Yankton on Cedar Street. We offer the service and quality product to fit the whole family. Whether you're in the market for athletics, dress, casual, or work, come shop with us 6 days a week or shop online all the time at bostonshoestoboots.com. Try out our foot scanner and get fitted for insoles. Happy feet keep you healthy and on the move. Boston Shoes to Boots is proud to support Yankton High School athletics.
Looking for your next unforgettable vacation? Enter Yankton Thrive's Great Yankton Adventure Giveaway. You could win a free vacation packed with overnight stays, local dining, and even a guided fishing experience on the beautiful Missouri River, a total value of over $3,000. It's easy to enter and totally free. Head to our website, visit yanktonsd.com, and follow the giveaway link. Don't miss your chance to experience the best of Yankton. Explore more, adventure often, visit Yankton.
Car troubles never happen at a convenient time. Whether you find yourself with a flat tire, dead battery, breakdown, or in an accident, call Gary's Towing. They've been helping drivers in the Yankton area for over 50 years with light, medium, and heavy towing. Family-owned and operated Gary's Towing is the name you can count on, day or night. Call Gary, Mike, or Mason at 605-665-4351. Gary's Towing, where experience means reliability.
Welcome back here, KYNT, KYN-TV. We are live from Crane Youngworth Field as we take a look at your keys to the game, your keys to victory, and then your key player as well. We'll start with your keys to victory, brought to you by Vision Real Estate, where their focus is always on you. Visit real estate, visit igotvision.com. Big keys today, Josh, and a lot of it stems from the trenches, as always, with Yankton.
Yeah, and it kind of ties into the second one as well. Win up front. That's on both offense and defense, and that'll help limit the run game, help the run game offensively. Looking at it here, once again, we talked about how it didn't look bad last week, but you want to see a little more from that run game this week, and I think that's key. Winning up front and getting that push for Jay Sedlacek and company as the Bucks are coming out of the locker room here at Crane. But, looking forward to seeing that part. And then, of course, clean up the mistakes. We're talking about the penalties. There was an interception in there as well. You clean that stuff up, and that's going to help you keep the offense on the field and things like that as this game goes on.
Yeah, cleaning up those micro mistakes. There were a lot of formational penalties, things like that, including just equipment penalties. We saw it was not penalties, but guys had to leave the field because their knee pads were above their knees or what have you. So that's a big point of emphasis this year.
Yeah, between the two teams last week, between Huron and Yankton, I don't think I've ever seen more players have to come off the field for that than I ever had in last week alone.
Well, they're going to get ready for the national anthem here on KYNT and KYN-TV, so we're going to keep your key player until after the national anthem. We're going to go to a break here. KYNT, KYN-TV, keep things rolling when we come back.
I'm Jason Orr, the new owner of FloorTech.
If you're not familiar with FloorTech, we specialize in water, fire, and smoke damage mitigation and restoration. Also carpet and duct cleaning. If you do know FloorTech, you know we've proudly served the Southeast South Dakota and Northeast Nebraska regions for over 30 years, with locations in Yankton, Mitchell, and Pierce. Our experienced team will continue to tackle any water-related disaster or cleaning need, because when your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
Find them on Facebook or on the web at FloorTech Restoration.
Looking for a job that works for you? Join our team at Parker of Yankton. We're hiring second shift assemblers and other positions, offering competitive wages, night shift pay differential, great health insurance, paid time off, and retirement benefits that help secure your future. Enjoy steady hours, a supportive team, and opportunities to advance. Whether you're building your skills or bringing years of experience, you'll find a place where you can grow and succeed. Apply today and start enjoying the benefits you deserve.
Parker, engineering your success.
Do you have a storage unit? Isn't it a pain to go back and forth to it? Well, with Quality Storage Buildings, you can have a storage unit right in your own backyard. And instead of sending someone else rent, use their monthly rent-to-own program. Choose from storage options like sheds, garages, or containers. Buy pre-built or design your own building with their 3D builder. See the Quality Storage Buildings inventory in Yankton, Wagner, Freeman, Sioux Center, O'Neill, or Norfolk, or online at qualitystoragebuildings.com.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC. Feeling like your energy's taken a time out? Do you suffer from poor sleep, joint pain, irritability, hot flashes, or brain fog? It's time for your comeback. At Glow Aesthetics Med Spa, our Bio-T hormone replacement therapy can help restore energy, balance, and vitality, so you can feel your best anywhere life takes you. It starts with a simple consultation and lab work. Then we customize your treatment to fit you. Don't sit on the sideline of life. Feel your best. Book your consultation today at theglowsd.com. That's theglowsd.com.
Welcome back in here, KYNC, KYN TV. Let's talk about your key player of the game today in this matchup between the Yankton Bucks and the Watertown Arrows, brought to you by Missouri River Associates. At Missouri River Associates, their office is local. They know your name, your home, auto, and family are important to them. Jace Sedlacek going to be the key guy today. A little death by 1,000 cuts last week, it felt, Josh. 23 carries, 73 yards. But the kid's a tough runner with a strong base.
Yeah, he, like you said, had about 73 yards last week, and I think getting him going tonight is going to be key. Get that run game going in general, and you want to see that get started early. It could be really key in this game. It's a Watertown team. You know they want to run the ball. You know they want to get up and be physical and win up front. So getting Jace going at the running back position would be big.
And I'm required by law to say, shout out to friend of the show, Alex Kopp over at the P&D. Alex is an assistant coach for the hockey team in the winter. Jace does play hockey in the winter there for the Bucks on the ice. Just more multi-sport athletes all around. It feels like everybody's doing something different in the offseason. These Yankton Bucks are year-round athletes.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something Coach Muth values, multi-sport athletes, whether it's in the winter, spring, whatever. He wants you out for as many sports as you can for these high school kids, and Jace is one of those guys.
Officials of the game are brought to you by the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. They are the law on the field. Let's get into your starting lineups now. Brought to you by First Chiropractic Center, making life better one adjustment at a time. Josh, we'll start with the visitors today in the Watertown Arrows.
Yeah, let's go ahead here, take a look at the offensive starters here for Watertown. At quarterback, 5'11", 170 pounds, senior number 17, Marcus Pitkin. Running back tonight is number 20, a 5'11", 200-pound junior, Lincoln Shutt. At left tackle, we're going to go from left to right on the offensive line here. Left tackle, 6'5", 255 pounds, senior Ethan Ishins. At left guard, number 65, Luca Lesson. He's a 6'2", 245-pound senior. At center, a 6'1", 240-pound junior, number 64, Andrew Dahl. At right guard, number 75, 6'1", 250-pound junior, Kaysen Jensen. At right tackle, number 77, Caleb Thorson, 6'2", 280. He's a senior. Taking a look at the receiver spot, 3 guys in the starting lineup for Watertown, and 2 of them are Swensons. We got Cutler Swenson, wearing number 7. He's a junior at 6'2", and number 3, Kessler Swenson. He's a 6-foot senior. And then rounding out the wide receiver crew, a sophomore, 6'1", number 27, Kai Paulson. Then rounding out the starting lineup for the offensive side of the ball for Watertown, number 11, a 6'3", 225-pound junior playing tight end, Hunter Peterson.
It's a big offensive line for Watertown, one of those offensive lines that kind of matches up with Yankton. Yankton last week had the size advantage in the trenches against Huron. That same size advantage might not be there this week with Watertown, and that translates to the defensive side of the ball with the Arrows as well.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start in the front line, the 2 defensive end spots. It's going to be that Hunter Peterson, number 11, that junior, playing at 1 defensive end spot, then Luca Lesson taking the other defensive end spot. Playing the nose guard position tonight, number 74, he's a 6'2", 295-pound sophomore, Connor Christensen. The linebacker spots here for Watertown, it's a pair of seniors in Cooper Kedaway at 5'9", 180. And then at that outside linebacker spot, number 9, Caden Decker, 5'10", 185-pound senior. And then, of course, that other outside linebacker spot, a junior, number 25, 5'9", 180-pound junior, Landon Lewis. Taking a look here as well at linebacker, Lincoln Shutt, number 20. He's a junior. And then in the secondary at corner, number 16, Owen Engelbrecht, number 37, Gage Robinson. And we talked about the Swenson boys. They're also playing the safety spots. Kessler at free safety, Cutler at strong safety.
Well, your 2 of your 3 starting receivers are also your center fielders basically on the defensive side of the ball. That's going to be huge. Flashing back to offense real quick, Marcus Pitkin, new starting quarterback this year, taking over for Trayton Hemrick, who is now gone from the program after his graduation. Pitkin is a great athlete. I remember him, I believe, playing center field. He played all over the place in baseball for the Watertown Arrows, so a good player there. Let's switch gears now and talk about the Yankton Bucks and their starting lineup today, starting with their offense.
Yeah, making his second start on varsity here. It's a senior quarterback, number 10, Tate Bestie. Playing running back tonight, also senior, number 24, Jace Sedlacek. At that H-back position, we do have an or option here. It's either going to be Madden McQuaid, number 5, or Edley Amaro, number 11 there. At receivers, you have a trio of seniors as well. Owen Eidsness, number 0, Abe O'Brien, number 17, and Carter Boomsma. He's a senior as well, number 1. At tight end, 2 guys you're going to see a lot of tonight. Talon Kenny, a senior, number 9, also a senior, number 14, Cale Hazelhorse. And then going across the offensive line, at left tackle, a senior, number 66, Austin Conway. At left guard, Riley Mortensen's going to get the start. He started at center last week. We'll get to that here in a second. Why he's playing left guard tonight has Ben Bowman, who is the starting center. He's back tonight. He was dealing with an injury thing last week. He's going to get the start at the junior at center. Peyton Eustace is going to be at the right guard spot, and then senior Drace Gaskins will take that right tackle spot.
And that's an offense. You mentioned having 2 tight ends on the offense. They kind of serve different purposes. Talon Kenny going to be the more inline blocking tight end, and that more split tight end that Jimmy Graham really made famous for the Saints in the early 2010s. That's going to be more where you see Cale Hazelhorst. Speaking of Hazelhorst, 4 captains down on the field right now for Yankton. It's Hazelhorst, Boomsma, Eustace, and Kylan O'Connor, the 4 captains today for the coin toss. Let's switch gears and talk defense now for the Yankton Bucks.
Yeah, taking a look here across the front line, Jake Bivens getting the start at defense. We talked about that over Edley Amaro. He's a 6'5", 215-pound kid, a senior as well. Defensive end as well, Talon Kenny going to get the start at the other defensive end spot. He's a senior. Defensive tackle tonight, William Ugowski. He's a senior. And Trace Gaskins at nose guard, a senior as well. 2 linebackers tonight for the Bucks. Chase Platt, who had that interception last week, he's going to get the start, as well as Madden McQuaid, the junior, that other linebacker spot. Take a look in the secondary, the 2 corners today. Miles Drotzman, he's a junior, number 15, as well as Carter Boomsma, that other spot. He's a senior. In the rover position tonight, Gavin Johnson, we talked about him as well. He had a pick last week. He's a senior. And then the safety spots, Cale Hazelhorst, a senior, as well as Tegan LaCroix, a junior. Handling tonight for kickoffs as well. We should mention this. We did not last week. Kickoffs and punts tonight. It's going to be Liam Villanueva. He's a senior. And field goals and extra points, also senior. It's going to be Kevin Ortiz.
There's your starting lineups for the Yankton Bucks. Watertown won the toss. They defer to the second half. We will see the Bucks offense when we get things rolling here at Crane Youngworth Field. Want to mention someone you mentioned in the secondary, Miles Drotzman, looking down on the sideline. He is starting. Don't know how much of an interception threat he's going to be today. He has basically a club on his right hand, like those old school 70s Raiders clubs they used to just throw on there so they could beat people with. Doesn't look like it's for that purpose. It looks like it's more for protection. I don't know if he's dealing with a hand or wrist injury or something, but he's suited up. He's on the starting lineup. He's just got some heavy bandaging on that right hand.
Positive spin. One, he's playing, and two, it's hard to get called for defensive holding if you can't grab anything. But yeah, so that'll be something to keep a note of. And we should mention your coaching staff here for the Yankton Bucks tonight: head coach Brady Muth, offensive coordinator as well as O-line coach Terry Huber, defensive coordinator and linebackers coach Justin Olson, special teams coordinator and wide receivers coach Brady Hale, handling quarterbacks is Terry Beacom, running backs coach Jason Savvy, defensive line coach Dan Schwalk, and welcome to the staff this year at the defensive back coach is Alex Topol, former Yankton Buck as well.
Yeah, Topol taking a spot on the official coaching staff from Blake Savvy, who stepped away from the football coaching staff, focusing more as he's the head coach of Gazelles basketball.
I actually ran into him the other night walking the Meridian Bridge, and he was talking about how he misses this. As we have kickoff, Brayden Butler.
Yeah, a little pooch kick there, fielded by it looked like Talon Kenny. He's brought down at the 36-yard line, and that's where the Bucks will start their opening drive, brought to you by Gerstner Oil.
Yeah, an interesting strategy. I always like to see if teams, if they're going to try to boot it out of the back of the end zone, squib it, or kind of pop it up like that. And Watertown went with the pop-up plan, and good field position here to start for the Bucks right about the 35. We talked about the the H-back spot. It is Edley Amaro out there early on, Brayden.
Yeah, shotgun set here for Tate Bestie. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Running back in the backfield. Offset is Jay Sidlacek. Bestie, chest high snap, looks left, fires out quickly to Sidlacek, and it's out of bounds. First pass of the day, not how you want it to end up, but not the worst case scenario for the opening pass.
Yeah, not the most accurate pass, trying to get out in the flat there. I don't know if Jace really had anywhere to go with that one. Kessler Swenson was kind of running in there. Looked like he was going to be able to shut that down if Jace caught it.
Moving quickly here for Yankton. Two receivers right, two left as Bestie takes the snap, looks right side, has Carter Boomsma on an out route, gets wrapped up from behind, but near the line to gain. They're going to give him a gain of 9. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, nice little gain with 9 there, like you said. And that's the thing with Carter Boomsma. You just need to get that guy in space. Get guys with speed in space. You saw a little zig route there, and now 3rd manageable.
Shotgun set again, handoff up the gut. First handoff to Jace Sidlacek, plunges into the line. He's going to get 3 on the play, and it's a fresh set of downs for Yankton.
Yeah, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. First down here for the Bucks, first down of the game. Once again, if you can get in those 3rd manageables, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, that's going to be so big here today, and saw it there on 3rd down.
1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Handoff up the middle again. Sidlacek, a lot more room on this run. Gets down to the Watertown 44. Gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, nice run there. We talked about getting some more of those chunk runs this week, and that's a good start right there. If you can get 7 yards on a play like that, make a guy miss, and set with the 2nd and manageable.
Trips right here as Bestie takes the snap, rolling out, gets a block from Sidlacek, finds Boomsma for the 1st down and more. Down out of bounds at the 38-yard line of the Arrows. Move those chains for the Bucks.
Yeah, nice little pass out there, Owen. Call about a gain of 8 on that play. And you look at there, you talked about the blocking of Jay Sidlacek. That was a big block there, stopped an edge rusher from getting in and gave Tate time to throw that ball.
Split backfield here for Bestie. High snap, but he brings it down. Handoff to Sidlacek up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage. He's going to get 1 on the play and to bring up 2nd and 9. A little tough sledding there for Sidlacek.
Yeah, I thought for a second he might have been able to get it out of that, but Watertown did a really good job getting multiple white jerseys to the ball. You want to see that on the defensive side, as many jerseys towards the football as you can, and was able to limit Jace on that play.
Shotgun set from the right hash here, east to west. Move the Bucks left to right as you see it and hear it. Quick swing pass out left side. Sidlacek, a lot of space to run into. He's going to be near the 1st down marker. Breaks off of a shoestring tackle, hits the turf. Ball comes out, but he was down. Big gain on that one. Gets Yankton knocking on the door of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the Arrows 21.
Yeah, big gain on that, about 17 yards. And sometimes those checkdowns, they can turn into explosive plays. You saw right there on the swing route, Jace just made a play happen. He said about a gain of 17 on that one.
Still the opening drive here for Yankton. Shotgun set, little jet sweep motion. It's a pot pass to Carter Boomsma, and he is hit just past the line of scrimmage. Little gain of 1 on that pot pass there.
Yeah, Watertown did a good job of sniffing that one out. Those pot passes, all those are designed to get your speed guys in space once again, and they were able to wrangle up Boomsma on that play. In the red zone, though.
In the red zone again, shotgun formation. Looking right side, Bestie finds Owen Eisnes on the sideline into the red zone for the first time tonight for Yankton. And they give him a gain of 8.5 to 9. They're right at the line to gain.
And what I like, Brayden, about what Yankton's doing so far, when they're throwing the ball, they're getting it out, and they're getting it out quick. That's something that Coach Muth talked about with Tate, is making quick decisions with him and getting the ball out.
Bestie rolls left here, fires over the middle. Eisnes wrapped up at the 5-yard line. Flag flies, first penalty of the day, as Yankton just got into the Midwest Insurance Agency red zone. Might get pushed back a little bit here.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a holding on this, and that's kind of a difficult spot, because that's going to put it at about 3rd and 11 if it is a hold. And it looks like they are walking this back from where,
Waiting on the official ruling here.
Holding, number 66.
It is a holding on the offense going against Austin Conway, the junior left tackle. Got the start all year last year as a sophomore, played in relief as a freshman, so he's a long-tenured left tackle for the Bucks.
And now Yankton going from a possible first goal, kind of a gray area on the field.
And a high snap gets away from Bestie. He's able to pick it up, tries to find anyone downfield. It just goes out of bounds. So a 4th and 11 from the Watertown 22-yard line. We're going to see Kevin Ortiz here for a 39-yard field goal.
And he did make a 29-yarder last week. Struggled with those extra points, but did get that field goal to go last week. And they're trusting him here with a little bit of distance on this one.
See here is Tegan LaCroix to hold. Kevin Ortiz, the left footer, from the left hash, too, so he's going to have to hit this at an angle, looking for the first score of the game. 9:05 to play in the first quarter. Ortiz comes set. LaCroix signals for the ball. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. It is just a touch short. It had the accuracy, Josh, but just a few inches short.
Yeah, and that's a tough spot to make. A 40-yard field goal is no give me. And like you said, came up just short on that one. Good job by the Watertown defense. You know, they get that holding penalty and then are able to capitalize and get off the field without giving up any points, despite giving up a decent drive there.
After that opening drive, 0-0 your score with 9 minutes to play. That scoreboard update brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, as we get our first look at the Watertown Arrows offense, led by Marcus Pitkin at quarterback.
Yeah, and we talked about him in the pregame, a dynamic athlete, multi-sport guy, and he's getting the start today, as it looks like there's a penalty flag here before they even get their first snap on offense.
It might be a 5-yard deduction for the Arrows, and it does go against Watertown here. So instead of 1st and 10 from the 22, it's going to be 1st and 15 from the 17.
Yeah, and Pitkin looked a little frustrated on that. Obviously, that's not how you want to start. You have this idea and this plan all week, and you kind of script things out these first couple drives, and you start right away with the penalty.
Pitkin here in an empty set, trips left of the formation. Pitkin takes the snap, designed quarterback run off the left side. Yankton plays it well initially. Pitkin's going to get 2 yards there. It looked like Chase Platt was in there for the tackle, as well as number 94, William Guzman Yagowski.
Yeah, simple quarterback power there. Pull the offensive line, and when you have a good athlete at quarterback like that, why not use them in the run game? And Watertown trying that early.
2nd down here and 13 from their own 19-yard line for the Arrows. Shotgun set again for Pitkin, running back in the backfield. Receiver moving left to right. That's Swenson. Pitkin rolling to his right, looking for options, has some time, steps away, sends it downfield, and knocked out of play. Big catch there for the first down by Hunter Peterson.
Hunter Peterson is complete.
1st and 10 now from the 35-yard line after a little pitch and catch there. First completion of the day for Pitkin.
Yeah, and Pitkin did a good job of extending that play, rolling out right, buying some time, finding a guy down the field, moving the chains despite that early penalty, and putting him in a 1st and 15 spot.
Pitkin here breaks the huddle. Watertown, different than Yankton. Bucks like to go hurry up, and very rarely we see him line up under center. We're going to see Pitkin under center for the first time tonight. Pitkin gets down, takes the snap, hand off to the deep back off the right side, gets away from the initial tackle, but more Bucks come in there to stop the run. Gain of 6, though, for the running back, Lincoln Shutt.
Yeah, nice carry there to start this set of downs, get about 6 yards on that. Now all of a sudden, once again, we talked about on the Yankton side, 2nd and manageable.
Yeah, 2nd and 4, 7:39 and counting. Just around just under 7:40 to go. Numbers are hard. Pitkin breaks the huddle here for the Arrows. Looks like they're going to go under center again in I formation here. 2 receivers split out, one to the left, one to the right, but an I formation for the Arrows. Fullback goes in motion off the left side. They'll hand it off that left side, and Gavin Johnson blows that play up immediately. A 1-yard loss as Gavin Johnson read that like a book.
And you love that rover spot. It's kind of a hybrid. Every team has a different name for it. You can deploy that in many situations. That time, Justin Olsen, defense coordinator, sends him on almost more like a blitz around the end there and is able to tackle Shutt in the backfield.
Here early on in the first quarter, big thank you to our first quarter sponsors of First Dakota National Bank and the UPS store here on KYN TV. Shotgun set for Pitkin. Takes the snap, trips left, swings it out right side to Shutt, has some space to run into. First down and more. Knocked out a play by Miles Drotzman, but a fresh set of downs and looks like past the 50-yard line to the Yankton 48 for the Watertown Arrows.
Yeah, and that was a really good play call, Brayden. There was almost like a double screen there, or at least the bubble that was kind of a decoy, and the Yankton defense followed that. Well, that's happening. Shutt's, he's going out on the right side and kind of like a swing screen and had a lot of open space, was able to get a gain of 9 or so, maybe even 10 on that, and picked up a first down.
Yeah, first down and 10 to go for Watertown after a big gain on that play. Little swing pass out to Shutt. Let the running back do the work on that. On the Yankton side of the 50 now for the Arrows as well. Chest high snap. Pitkin's going to run out left. Design quarterback run. Nowhere to go. Guess who's there again? It's Gavin Johnson for a loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13, Watertown.
Yeah, and Brayden, he's having a really good day so far against that run game. Watertown's gone that quarterback power to the left side a couple times here in this first drive, and Yankton's done a really good job against that so far. Only about a gain of 2 in the first one, and then obviously a tackle in the backfield on that one. And Gavin Johnson with 2 TFLs here early.
Pitkin breaks the huddle. I formation here on 2nd and long. We want to try to cut this in half here, bring it 3rd and manageable. Pitkin takes the snap. A little miscommunication there on the handoff, and Edley Amaro uses that to his advantage. Couple more players in there as well. Madden McQuaid, Gavin Johnson rolling off the pile. Gain of 1 brings up 3rd and 12 for Watertown.
Yeah, it looked like the fullback there, number 42, Max Sears, kind of bumped in with Pitkin there, the quarterback, and kind of caused that play to slow down and gave Edley just enough time to be able to get in the backfield and really not get much on that for the Watertown offense.
Big play here for both teams. Trips left of the formation for Watertown. That's the wide side of the field as they're near the right hash. Pitkin in the shotgun, 1 receiver on his left, 1 running back in the backfield with him. Bobbled snap. Pitkin forced to make a scramble drill, and he is sacked by Gavin Johnson. Huge day so far already for number 21. Loss of quite a few yards there.
And Brayden, I think we have an early candidate for player of the game. Gavin Johnson was all over the field on that first drive, blew up 3 plays, and you saw right there getting off the field. That's the 2nd time though in this game on a 3rd down. We've seen something with one of those bobbled snaps, low snaps, things like that have cost a couple plays.
4th and 21 here for Watertown as they're going to be forced to punt. Belt high snap. Punt is away, going towards Owen Eidsness back deep to return. He gloves it near his own 20-yard line, cuts back inside, now back outside, brought down at the 29. 1st and 10, Yankton for their 2nd drive of the day from their own 29-yard line.
Yeah, nice punt return there. Make a couple guys miss and get some positive yardage on that. And Yankton once again with good field position here to start this 2nd drive. And Brayden, we saw them move the ball down the field. A penalty really kind of killed that drive towards the end and just missed that field goal. It had a little bit of distance on it.
Gave Eidsness an extra yard there as well. So 1st and 10 from the 30. Trips right of the formation. Little bunch set. Short side of the field. 1 receiver split out wide. Left is Hazelhorse. Belt high snap. Fires quick right side. Looking for Carter Boomsma on the screen. That is blown up and a flag flies anyway.
Yeah, flag on the play. False start, yeah, to get that one going. It was Landon Lewis who tipped that pass, but like you said, false start.
Back-to-back drives where the offense starts in a 1st and 15. We just saw it for Watertown. They would end up forced to punt. Yankton now has to work out of a hole here in the shadow of their own goalpost. 1st and 15 from their own 25.
And penalties were an issue last week, 2 so far here on the offense in this first quarter.
Chest high snap for Bestie, looking left side, has some time, now has to force out to his right, throw knocked away That is shut on the pass deflection there, trying to find Hazelhorst on the sideline for Bestie.
Yeah, if you do a good job avoiding pressure, but if you're going to get it out of bounds, you need to be chucking that thing out, because there's a couple times where if you do that, it's kind of lurking towards that sideline. You almost saw a pick six there potentially if that Watertown defender was able to get their hands on it.
2 receivers right, 1 left of the formation. Sedlacek, left hip pocket of his quarterback, Bestie in the shotgun. Bestie claps, takes the snap, chest high, looks left side, fires quickly out to his receiver, Eisnes, spin move. Eisnes trying to find any space. He's only going to get a yard to bring up 3rd and 14.
Yeah, and all of a sudden Yankton looking 3rd and long here. It'll be interesting to see if they take a shot or maybe something quick on this and try to get some yards. But interesting to see how Yankton approaches this, that false start here to start the drive, really putting Yankton behind the 8 ball here.
Don't want to start thinking about the Kirk Ferentz School of Football, Josh, but a good punter on the books for Yankton with Liam Villanueva. Had a solid punt last week against Huron, if memory serves me correct. Bestie takes the snap, chest high, has some pressure up the middle, fires over the middle to Boomsma, bobbled pass. Flag flies as well as an incompletion over the middle. We'll see what this flag is about, if it's offense or defense. You assume if it's going against Yankton, Watertown's going to decline to take 4th and long.
Yeah, I got to assume here, typically in those situations, it's a hold, and it will be decline. Looks like it's on Yankton. Good ball there from Tate, but like you said, another penalty here.
Oh, it's a legal formation against the Bucks.
Penalties decline, 4th down.
Usually those procedural penalties, though, they blow the whistle before the play even gets underway. But this time they decline the penalty. 4th and long for the Bucks, and they're going to bring on Liam Villanueva to punt.
Like you said, had a really good punt last week. Had a really good roll in one. Did a really good job and saved a punt earlier in that game where there was a high snap and he was able to get his hands on it. But see what he can do here.
Snap is good. Villanueva has his punt blocked. Villanueva running after it, trying to scoop it up for Yankton. The Arrows already in the red zone. A punt block, 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line here for Yankton.
Yeah, just a little slow getting that one out, and then the blocking wasn't great either on that. And now, all of a sudden, this Yankton defense pinned back deep, and they're outside of the field.
They're officially going to spot the ball at the 14-yard line. So 1st and 10, working in the Midwest Insurance Agency red zone already for the Watertown Arrows. Pitkin going to go under center I formation, shut the deep back. 1 receiver left, 1 receiver right of the formation. Pitkin takes the snap, handoff right side to Shut. He meets a wall of Bucks defenders. Carson Crawl in there, Drace Gaskins in there. Look like Edley Amaro as well.
Yeah, once again, these defensive lines are doing a good job so far of winning that battle against the offensive lines. You've seen it on both sides. And Yankton, once again, they're not much giving up the Shut on that play, if anything.
Gained the same amount of yards that I've gained on the day, Josh. 2nd and 10, stuffed at the line of scrimmage there. Pitkin going to go under center again. 1 receiver split out each side of the formation. 2 tight ends as well. Little pass fake bootleg. Pass dropped, though, out in the flat by Max Sears.
Yeah, and it was there in the flat, like you said, kind of a roll out to the left, and Pitkin hit him. Sears just dropped it. Brayden, this is big here for Yankton. If you can get this to a field goal attempt after where you started in this drive, not really giving up a yard yet, that'd be big for this defense early.
2 plays with their backs against the wall, and Watertown's gained nothing so far on this Yankton defense. We'll see what the Arrows draw up here. See if they go back to the run game, maybe make it a shorter field goal, or if they try to get one downfield, catch them sleeping on a pass. 1-on-1 coverage, top of the formation. Pitkin sends 1 man in motion left to right, takes the snap, rolling out right, looking for options, throws back left, over the middle, intercepted. Cale Hazelhorst has a lot of space down the right sideline, and nobody is gonna get him. Cale Hazelhorst is gone. Pick 6, Yankton Bucks.
Wow. Great read there by Cale Hazelhorst. We talked about it. 8 picks last season. He's got 2 early on, and the biggest one of his career right there. A pick 6, completely flipping the field and scoring there. Turning on the Jets, taking it to the house. What a score there for the Yankton defense.
Replay brought to you by Vision Care Associates. Cale Hazelhorst had the interception already in his grasp and took it down that right sideline for 6. Huge play for Hazelhorst. 6-0 Yankton leads, and that's your first score of the game.
Now, what a play. We talk about defense and this team being able to force turnovers. You see it right there, completely flipping this game on its head, taking it back to the house. Cale Hazelhorst, the senior captain, making the play.
Cale's averaging a pick of game as field goal is up and good for Kevin Ortiz. 7-0 your score. That scoring drive brought to you by Core Trust Bank. Not much of a drive. It's just a pick six from one end zone to another, coast to coast for Cale Hazelhorst. We're going to take a break as Yankton leads 7-0 here on KYNT, KYN-TV. We're back in 60 seconds.
Buying a home isn't just about real estate. It's about investing in yourself. At the Move Group, we believe the best time to buy is when it makes sense for you. Our expert agents put people before transactions, meaning we listen first, provide honest guidance, and help you make a confident decision. No pressure, no gimmicks. Markets change, but the right home is about more than just numbers. It's about finding the right fit for your life and your future. When you're ready, we're here to help. Contact the Move Group today.
Back to school is an exciting time for students. It can also be a very stressful time. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson from First Chiropractic Centers. Heavy backpacks can cause injuries in children, so start the year off right and make sure your child's backpack weighs no more than 5 to 10% of their body weight and doesn't hang more than 4 inches below the waistline. For pain or discomfort resulting from backpack use, call First Chiropractic Centers. Making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Liam Villanueva boots this one away as we're back live after the long pick six from Cale Hazelhorst, received by Brody Randall near his own goal line. He is popped hard at about the 22, 1st and 10 for Watertown, but a huge hit on that play, didn't catch the number, but they're bringing the lumber out there, brought to you by Mead Lumber here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Mead Lumber, local roots with a lasting impact. They're building more than projects, they're building community.
Yeah, and how about that right there? You get the big pick six, then you lay the boom on special teams, and Yankton out to an early lead after that big pick six. Thought really avoided disaster, too, after that block punt. Able to, once again, turn this game on its head, and we'll see what this defense can do once again here.
Didn't catch the exact number on who lowered the shoulder on that tackle, but with one guy really stood on special teams last week, Kylan O'Connor was in on a lot of tackles. Wouldn't be surprised if he was involved. Pitkin over the middle, in and out of the hands of his intended target. He was looking for Kai Paulson over the middle of the field, but just a little out of reach, a little behind him on that throw.
Yeah, anytime you throw it over the middle, you got to be spot on that incomplete pass there. And Brayden, is there a way we can give like 2 Defensive Player of the Game awards right now? Because Hazelhorst and Johnson, they're going back and forth for it. He had another pass breakup on there to number 14.
We make up the rules as we go along, Josh. We might see multiple names in the postgame. Who knows? Marcus Pitkin, shotgun set again. Running back on his left, one receiver right, one receiver left. Tight end goes in motion, handoff right side, gets a gain of 10 yards, 11 yards on the play. Fresh set of downs for Watertown. They end up giving him 12. On that run there was number 32, Tyson Miller, the sophomore, showing the leg work.
Yeah, fresh back here, getting his first carry. Like you said, the sophomore Miller making a good impression there with that gain of 11.
1st and 10 from the 34-yard line now for Watertown, trying to answer after a pick six from Cale Hazelhorst last time the Arrows had the ball. Under center again goes Pitkin. I formation, one receiver to each side. Handoff, left side now. Johnson there initially, Madden McQuaid as well, but a gain of a couple. They're going to give a gain of 4 on that one. That's Miller again on the carry off the left side.
Yeah, and Miller efficient with his 2 carries so far, making them count. Another nice gain there.
2nd and 6 now from the Watertown 38-yard line. The Arrows moving right to left as you see it and hear it. West to east for fans of Cardinal directions, but we're under 90 seconds away from that flipping.
Quick move in first quarter, too.
You said it. Now it's going to jinx it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Here come 10 penalties. We'll be in the second quarter here in 45 minutes.
Pitkin looked like a designed quarterback run there as he started to drop back. Almost a quarterback draw from under center. Don't see that too often. Ends up in a loss of 1. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and I wonder if there was some kind of miscommunication there. Usually when a play looks broken like that, it's because it is. And Yankton did a good job of taking advantage of it. But yeah, it looked like some kind of broken play there.
Under a minute to go in the first quarter, and Josh Boelter, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck.
Probably a duck. Third down here. Let's see what Watertown can do, Brayden. They started off hot in the pass game, but since then, Pitkin's 0 for 3 with a pick, and see how he capitalized here with the 5 wide.
Gun empty for Watertown. Trips left, 2 receivers to the right. Pitkin goes out left side, knocked away by Gavin Johnson. Big pass deflection there for number 21, and that brings up 4th and 7. The arrow is going to be forced to punt.
At this point today, I'm not even surprised if I see 14 or 21 in on the PBU right there. And Gavin Johnson with another big play. And this Yankton defense, both these defenses, Brayden, have come to play so far.
You know, for our Buck in the Headline interviews the first 2 weeks, Josh, we've talked offensive players. We're going to have to get somebody on the defensive side of the ball next week, especially with how the unit has been playing. They shallow punt there goes out of bounds. Yankton's going to get good starting field position here. 1st and 10 from near the midfield stripe. They're going to go officially at the referee's walking it off again. I think officially at midfield here, 1st and 10 for the Bucks.
Yeah, and Robinson, the punter there, was lucky to get that one off. Chase Platt, I thought for a second, might have been able to get a hold of that. But either way, Robinson did a good job of getting it off. And now Yankton here with good field position here have a chance to add to their lead. Talk about two sides of the ball picking each other up. Defense has picked up the offense, and now this Yankton offense has a chance to take advantage of that.
Under 20 seconds to play in the first quarter. Might be the final play of the first quarter. Bestie looks like he's going to keep it. Now he switches his positioning on the ball. He's going to just take a sack off the right side. Loss of 1. Nobody was open downfield. Bestie didn't want to risk it. And that is going to do it for quarter number 1 here on KYNT and KYN TV. 7-0 your score. Yankton on top with a pick 6 thanks to Cale Hazelhorst. That scoreboard update brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab as we go to a quarter break. Brought to you by Conkling Distributing. Providing the best sales and service to our community through the use of hard work, customer service, leadership, and charity. We're back in 60 seconds with the second quarter of action here on KYNT and KYN TV. Yankton leads 7-0.
At Vision Care Associates, we're always improving our technology for the health of your eyes. With Optomap dilation-free exams, you get a comprehensive view of your retina without the need for dilation eye drops. It's quick, easy, and best of all, it keeps your day interruption-free. Optomap captures a detailed image of your eye, helping to detect any problems. No blurriness, no discomfort, just clear, precise results. Book your Optomap exam now.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists. Shop the sales and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Bestie fires downfield as we come back, has a man wide open. It's Owen Eidsness. He's taking it to the house. Got the bump music in there too. That's your theme music, Owen Eidsness. The Bucks go up 13-0 on a huge play from Bestie to Eidsness.
The classic Owen Eidsness shot play works again from last week. We saw it twice. Last week got a couple big gainers. That one for 6 right there. This Yankton team off to a hot start. Tate Bestie with a good ball. Finding Eidsness for the touchdown.
And it's a play that worked against Huron last week. A fake on the curl. Eidsness then goes downfield. Last week, Bestie left it a little behind Eidsness. Ended up just being a big gain. This one leads him out in front and finds him for a touchdown.
And now Yankton up 2 scores on here. We'll see what Ortiz does with that extra point as he puts it through. Brayden, the Bucks up 14-0 here early in the second quarter.
14-0 your scoring drive brought to you by Core Trust Bank. Yankton in the driver's seat right now. We'll see what happens when we come back. That scoreboard update as well brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, the go-to place for specialized wellness and therapy. Take a 60-second break and come back as Yankton leads 14-0 here on KYNT, KYN TV.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
Recently, a small business owner came into the UPS store to pick up a banner we printed for her latest event. As we rolled it up, she asked if we also designed brochures. The answer? Absolutely, we can help with that too. For over 7 years, the UPS store in Yankton has been helping customers with all kinds of printing, from large banners to detailed brochures. Come see us today and find out how we can assist with your next big project. And don't forget to ask about our print specials.
Back to live action here. KYNT, KYNTV, Liam Villanueva boots this one away as Yankton leads 14-0 here in the second quarter. Received in the shadow of his own end zone by Brody Randall. Cuts inside, and he's lit up again. A lot of heavy hits on kick coverage right now. Carson Kroll was involved, but that pop. Didn't catch who laid it.
I think it was Carson Kroll in there. I couldn't see the number, but he's had 2 big tackles, and we should mention Randall is down after that. It was a hard collision.
It was a hard collision. You never like to see a player go down hurt. That takes a little bit of the wind out of the hit. You know, we celebrate pops. We never like to see a guy go down with an injury. And while he's tended to on the side or out on the field right now, we are going to go back to break here on KYNT and KYNTV. Little stoppage in action, just 30 seconds, and we'll come back live here to Crane Youngworth Field.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Back to live action here, KYNT, KYNTV. Brody Randall is walking off the field under his own power, but he needed a minute to compose himself after a big hit out on the field. And watching him walk off the field, I feel a little more comfortable saying that the lumber was brought to you by Mead Lumber.
Yeah, big hit on that, and that's something Yankton's done so well on special teams here, specifically on kickoff. They're hitting hard. So this one maybe a gain of 3 or 4 here, Brayden.
I think they're going to end up calling it a gain of 4 run off the right side. That was, PA said Tyson Miller, but I think that was actually Max Sears, the fullback, who went off the right side.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. It looked like Sears to me getting a nice little gain to start the drive.
Second quarter here on KYNT and KYNTV. Your second quarter is brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home. And FNBO, the great big small bank. Stop by your local branch or visit fnbo.com. Shotgun set here for Pitkin. One running back on his right hip pocket. Design quarterback power off the right side. Chase Platt getting in there. Gets some help as well. Madden McQuaid, Tegan LaCroix all ganging up for that tackle. Brings up 3rd and about 4 here. It's either a long 3 or a short 4. You pick your poison.
Yeah, and kind of feel like you got to get this one here if you're Watertown. You went from a block punt look at up 7-0 in the eye, and all of a sudden a pick 6 and a big touchdown pass later, and you're down 14-0. Kind of feels like you need to get this one here on 3rd and short.
Watertown breaks the huddle here. I'd like to thank America's Best Realty for helping make this broadcast possible. They're here to help you unlock the American dream. Call them today at 260-1600. Pitkin takes the snap in the shotgun. Pitch out off the right side. Tegan LaCroix meets the running back Shutt in the backfield. Shutt does fall forward, but I don't think it's going to be enough to gain the first down. 4th and a long 1, maybe a short 2.
Yeah, not much on that one. LaCroix did a good job of playing that, forced Pitkin to pitch it out, and then went in and helped blow that play up. And now it looks like Watertown's going to punt. I think it's just too far down, or too far in your own side of the field to try to go for this one.
Too close to your own end zone and too early in the game. We're just under 10 minutes to play in the first half. Still plenty of ball game left, but the Watertown defense going to need a stop here on this next Yankton drive.
And our starting lineup does say it's supposed to be Gage Robinson punting. This is actually, at least on the field, number 84, Gavin Robinson.
Timeout, Watertown.
As we do have a timeout on the field.
What if there's just a little Robinson mix up there? Timeout on the field. Timeouts brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be the wiser. Go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. We're going to take this break with them. We're back in 30 seconds. The Bucks lead the Arrows 14-0 here on KYNT, KYN TV.
Fall sports season is here, and so is Yankton Medical Clinic, with 3 orthopedic surgeons to keep you in the game. Whether you're gearing up for football, volleyball, soccer, or cross country, the YMC orthopedic team is ready to support your winning season. Stay in the game by seeing one of 3 board-certified orthopedic surgeons immediately. No referral necessary, no bouncing between buildings, and no hassles. Just complete orthopedic care when you need it most. Call today or visit yanktonmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
Welcome back here, KYNC, KYN-TV. 4th and 1 here for the Arrows. This is Gavin Robinson back to punt, a sophomore. Takes the snap and boots it away with the left foot. High punt here, not a lot of distance on it. Yankton told to clear out, bouncing ball, gets a good Watertown bounce. It'll be 1st and 10 Bucks from their own 39-yard line as Tate Bestie leads his team back on the field after a huge pitch and catch touchdown, which if you're watching on KYN TV, you're going to see again live, brought to you by Vision Care Associates. But Yankton looking to replicate that here on this drive.
Yeah, you know what they say, number 0 down there somewhere, and he was on that play. Makes a good move, and Bestie finds for the deep ball and gets Yankton's first offensive touchdown of the day. And they've had quite the connection so far this year, Brayden. We talked about Eidsness with 90 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. He gets that 3rd one of the season here to start the second quarter in this one.
Pistol formation here for Bestie, 1st and 10 from his own 39-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Check that. They're going to march 5 yards off. Another procedural penalty against Yankton. Still, I don't think it's as bad as it was last week, but still some things that I know head coach Brady Muth's going to want to clean up.
Yeah, I believe that's the 3rd or 4th offensive penalty here on the offensive line. You want to see those things cleaned up, and I think it will as the year goes on. I mean, you're working in your starting center who didn't play last week, so a fresh spot there, and then Mortensen moving back over to guard, and maybe just getting used to that a little bit as well.
1st and 15 from their own 34 now for the Bucks. Shotgun set for Bestie. One receiver in motion, right to left goes Eidsness. It's a little double stack on the left side. Bestie fires quickly, swing route out of the backfield. Sedlacek puts a foot in the ground, cuts inside, gets those 5 yards back and more. Brings up 2nd down and 8 for Yankton. Gain of 7.
And I've been really impressed with Jace out of the backfield receiving tonight. He's had a couple nice catches for some good gains, and like you said, makes this a little bit more manageable with that nice little play there.
He was our key player coming in. He's playing a key role right now. Eidsness goes in motion right to left again on the formation, brings trips left. Bestie, tough snap there out wide to his left. Had to shove it back into the gut of Sedlacek. Gain of 1, but a flag flying means this could be going either way depending on who it's against.
5 in the backfield, 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Illegal formation for 5 in the backfield. This is the 2nd time we've heard that tonight for Yankton. The first time it was declined, this one accepted.
Yeah, this one they'll take, and it really puts Yankton back in about that 2nd and 12. And we talked about penalties, 2 on this drive right here, things that, Coach Muth and company are going to want to clean up.
2nd down and 13 here for the Bucks. Bestie in the shotgun again, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Sedlacek in the backfield with his quarterback. Little offset on the shotgun here. Bestie claps. Defensive line moved. Right guard came up as well. Eustace, he's arguing that it was the movement of the defense that drew him offside, and they're going to get 5 yards right back.
Saying he's going to win that argument there. And good job there by Eustace to react to that. If you can move on those as they jump, you're going to get those 5 yards, and all of a sudden, right back in 2nd and 8. We've been on a journey to get to 2nd and 8, but we're here again.
5 steps backwards, 5 steps forwards. 2 minutes have gone by. We're in the same place we just were. Bestie, shotgun again. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Handoff up the middle. No, Bestie pulls it. Read option off the right side. Cuts it outside. He's brought down from behind. Stretches forward for an extra yard. Gain of 4 on that one. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
And Brayden, that's something I want to see more from this offense. Tate did a good job running the ball last week. Had about 30 yards, I believe, and had a nice little carry there on that pull option.
I've seen him play center field, and I've seen him run the bases. I know the kid ain't a statue. Bestie, speed option off the left side. There was nothing there. They covered the pitch well, and they covered the quarterback well. Loss of 1, 4th and 5. Yankton's going to bring on the punt unit.
And I think the Watertown defense heard me say, I want to see more of that. And they said, okay, we'll stop that for you right now. So, yeah, good job there by the Watertown defense. They needed an answer down 14 here, and they did a good job of wrapping up Bessie there and getting this defense off the field, get it back to their offense.
Villanueva had a punt blocked earlier on. A little rugby-style kick here. Blocked again off the face mask of Villanueva and up with it. The Arrows are going to return it for 6. The first touchdown of the game for Watertown, and the second time today they've blocked a punt. That is number 9, Caden Decker, the senior, gets the first score of the game for Watertown.
Yeah, special teams matter in this game, and we've seen Watertown special teams. They've blocked 2 punts on 2 attempts. Incredible job there, and that's a way to get a touchdown on the board. A pick 6, a 52-yard touchdown, and a block punt here tonight, Brayden.
We've scored in just about every way possible so far between these two teams. We're just missing maybe a kick return.
I wouldn't rule anything out so far here.
Would not rule anything out so far. Scoring drive, it technically wasn't even a play, but it's brought to you by Core Trust Bank. Whistles blow here before the snap, and a flag flies. Looks like against. Referee pointed to Yankton.
Encroachment.
As an encroachment against the Bucks.
Half the distance. Try the point.
So they go from the 2.5 to the 1.75 or 1.25. Math. On to kick this extra point is Carson Schlott, 5'8" sophomore, right-footed kicker. Caden Hemrick to hold. Hold is good. Kick is up, and kick is good. Through the uprights, lead cut in half. 14-7 your score. That scoreboard update brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. We're going to go to break. Yankton now has only a 7-point advantage. We'll see the Yankton offense when we come back. Here, KYNT, KYN-TV, back in 60 seconds.
FNBO is the great big small bank. And for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com, member FDIC.
Are you on track to retire? I'm Adam Boelter, a certified financial planner with Vantage Financial, born and raised in Yankton, South Dakota. My team and I pride ourselves on building trust through clear, honest advice tailored to your unique goals. From retirement planning to smart tax strategies, we'll create a personalized plan to help you feel confident and secure about your financial future. Visit vfplanning.com or search Adam Boelter, Vantage Financial, to schedule a 15-minute call today.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
Welcome back here, KYNC, KYN-TV. We come back to live action for a kickoff here. This one booted away, angled towards the left sideline. Tegan LaCroix, the backup quarterback, on kick return. A big block laid in front of him. He gets to the 35-yard line, first and $10.
Yeah, Madden McQuaid, my goodness, that block. We've seen some big hits on special teams here tonight and some big plays. And Madden McQuaid, you talk about laying the lumber. I think that was one right there.
And from the way the officials are looking, I thought they were going to pick the ball up and move it back for another infraction.
I think the entire Yankton offensive line thought they were starting at the 40 for some reason.
First and $10 from the 35. One receiver in motion left to right. It's Abe O'Brien. Haven't called his name today. Trying to get him involved in the offense. Bestie looks downfield for Boomsma, left too far out of reach. And that's going to bring up second and 10.
Yeah, kind of a tough window to fit that in there, and Bestie wasn't able to find Boomsma, but there was a bit of a look there. But like I said, tight window on that.
Second and $10 from their own 35-yard line. 2 receivers left of the formation. Double tight end set off the right side. Sidlachik, the running back, on the right of his quarterback. Eisner's going to go in motion. Fakes the pot pass, does Bestie. Sells it. Now he's going to scramble up the middle. Bestie's going to take off. Gets the first down and more as he slides in. A baseball player in the summer knows how to slide. First and 10 from the 46-yard line.
I don't think anything makes a quarterback coach more happy than watching his quarterback slide on a play like that. Tate did a good job there of escaping the pressure, finding the sticks, and getting down.
Shotgun set here for Bestie, and He knows how to slide, and quarterback coaches love that, like you said, Josh. 2 receivers left, running back in the backfield. Nobody split out wide to the right. 2 tight ends in the formation. Bestie claps, takes the snap, roll out, left side, cuts back up the middle, where a pitch option was on the cards, but it's going to be a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 now for the Bucks for that Bestie run.
I'm telling you, Brayden, I think they're listening to me. The Tate Bestie run play, they've been going to it more since they found some success on that first play they tried it. And another nice 4 or 5 yards on that play.
Coach Hale, give me a thumbs up if you're listening. I don't believe they're listening. Shotgun set here again for Bestie. He's going to roll out to his right, gets a block from Sedlacek, and that's going to be a hold on Sedlacek, I think, as that one's thrown from out of play, but a flag flies from behind him.
Just from my eye, I think Sedlacek made a good block. I think that might be on the right tackle, Gaskins, there, but we'll see what they call. Either way, it's a hold.
And they're going to get one of them on the infraction.
Holding. Number 64.
It is going to be Gaskins. Good call there.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked to me like Sedlacek made a clean block on the edge there, but yeah, it also looked like, and the call, Gaskins there with the hold.
2nd down and 15 now. That hold marches him back 10 yards. Owen Ides just going to split out wide left. 2 receivers to the right, Hazelhorst and O'Brien. Bestie in the shotgun. Signaled something there to Idesness here. Bestie takes the snap. He's going to let it go. One-on-one ball. Owen Idesness gets it for the first down and more. Huge play for Owen Idesness. We know what the signal was for now as Owen Idesness wins that ball one-on-one.
Yeah, what did we say? 0 down there somewhere. Nice play, about 30 yards on that one. Owen Idesnes, he's already got 98 yards today, Brayden.
It's just a conveyor belt of guys who you feel can just win the ball one-on-one. A few years ago, Cody Oswald was the number 1 receiver. We saw it recently with Carson Ness, and now Owen Idesnes taking that mantle as a big play threat. It's a conveyor belt of wide receivers here for Yankton. Did show the replay there on KYN TV of that ball down the field. That's brought to you by Vision Care Associates. Looks like there is a timeout on the field for a player down, and we are going to take this break with them here on KYNT and KYN TV. We're back in 30 seconds. This is Yankton Bucks football. KYNT, KYN TV.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
Welcome back in here, KYNT, KYN TV. It's Caden Decker who was down after that play. He just had that block punt return for 6 for Watertown. So a tough loss there for the Arrows, seeing him walk off the field. He was able to get up, and he is walking off on his own, but he's got trainers with him.
Yeah, and one of their starting outside linebackers as well, and hopefully he can get back in this game as soon as possible.
Shotgun formation here. Seems like just the code for Yankton these days. 1 receiver left, 1 receiver right. Sedlacek in the backfield with Bestie. Idesnes going to take a short motion off the right side. Handoff up the gut. Sedlacek bounces it out a little bit, running off his right tackle. He's still got the legs churning as he is brought down. Watertown saying they got the ball, but they're saying the whistle blew before the ball came out. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 4 for Yankton. If it stands as on the field, they blew the whistle before the ball was ripped away.
Yeah, nice little run there by Jace, and like you said, whistle blows and avoid a potential turnover there with the whistle.
2nd and 4 now for the Bucks. Doubles formation. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. It's Hazelhorst and Boomsma to the bottom of your screen. O'Brien and Isaac to the top. Motion there. Handoff up the gut. Sedlacek touched at the line of scrimmage. He's able to stumble forward and get right at the line to gain. If they don't give it to him, it's going to be 3rd and inches.
Yeah, and I think it is going to be right about 3rd and inches here. And once again, we talk about this all the time. Probably got 2 plays to get a yard here.
Shotgun again for Yankton. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Sedlacek in the backfield. Idesnes going to wrap around behind the quarterback in motion. It's just a eye candy for another handoff up the gut. Sedlacek's got a 1st down and more to the 15-yard line officially. And Yankton into the red zone here. Brought to you by Midwest Insurance Agency.
That's enough for a
Yeah,
Yankton
nice
buck.
run there. You need 1, you get 7. Good job by Jason Lachek. And I feel like he's been a lot more efficient today. Looking at it here, he's averaging over 5 yards a carry this evening, Brayden.
That's what you like to see. Averaged 3.2 in week 1. So Lachek's going to go in motion out of the backfield. Bestie looking over the middle of the field, firing to Carter. Boomsma back in the end zone. Just a little too tall for Boomsma. Good defensive coverage there for Watertown as well. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's a tough throw to make. A lot of people in that little window there in the middle of the field and just sailed on Bestie.
2nd and 10 now for Bestie in the Bucks offense. Boomsma comes off the field. O'Brien out wide to the right. Hazelhorst and Eidsness out left. Eidsness going to go in motion, left to right. And that's just eye candy for another handoff up the gut. Said Lachek bounces forward. Gain of 1, maybe 2 on the play to bring up 3rd and 8.
Run down by number 32, Tyson Miller.
You know, you're in that kind of the field area. Do you want to consider maybe you try to get some yards and go for it on 4th? You try to get it all here. We know Ortiz can kick from this distance, but we'll see how Yankton plays this out.
Under 4 to play in the first half. Yankton holding on to a 14-7 lead. Face mask, high snap. Quick pass out right side to Boomsma. I think somebody got a paw on that one on the offensive line. Boomsma had some space on the quick curl.
Yeah, and it was there, and Yankton's been going a lot to that quick curl on 3rd downs, just not able to connect on that. Like you said, I think that one was tipped, and now we're going to see a field goal unit here come on for Yankton, trying to add to their lead.
From the 13-yard line, so a 30-yard field goal officially for Yankton. Hit a 29-yarder last week, Josh, so it would be the season long for Ortiz by a yard.
Every yard counts.
Did miss, I believe, a 39-yarder by just a few inches earlier on. Snap is good, holds down, Ortiz kick up, and this one is through the uprights. Big kick there for Kevin Ortiz. Yankton leads 17-7 on the 30-yard field goal from Kevin Ortiz. It's been an interesting game so far, scoring in a lot of different ways, but the Bucks on top by 10. That scoreboard update brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, the go-to place for specialized wellness and therapy. And that scoring drive brought to you by Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations. Yankton's going to kick off when we come back in 60 seconds. The Bucks lead by 10 here on KYNT, KYN TV.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
For coverage you can count on, call Brendan Hansen or Brandon Tycro in Yankton today.
Welcome back here, KYNC, KYN TV. Liam Villanueva setting the ball up on the tee at the 40-yard line here at Crane Youngworth Field. 2 return men back deep for Watertown. I see number 32, Tyson Miller, back there. And it's another 30 number back with him. Can't catch the other number right now. Potentially 37, Gage Robinson.
We might need to invest in some binoculars up here, potentially.
We'll get there eventually. And Villanueva going to send this one out of play. A kickoff infraction against the Bucks. We saw one of these last week as well for Yankton. Going to set Watertown up in some good, solid starting field position.
Yeah, and Brayden, we've seen some real ups and downs for the special teams unit today. A couple block punts, you get the 30-yard field goal. Then you have that. You know that's something that Coach Hale is going to be talking about in practice where they want to clean some stuff up. But, yeah, kind of a real up and down first half for the Yankton special teams.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line here for Watertown.
The kicking team, 1st and 10 on 35.
Well, this was something I didn't catch it on last night's broadcast that Tel Tanner and I were talking about. If you kick it out of bounds in the NFL anymore, what's the value of that penalty? Because you start at the 35 now.
Oh, we'll see. Here's a deep ball down the field from Marcus Pitkin. A pump fake off the left side. Tegan LaCroix eventually gets the receiver down, but a huge gain there to Cutler Swenson. They go from their own 35 to inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. And the advantage was there for Watertown. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, nice play on that one. And just a seam up the middle, gets the route, gets the catch, and a big play for a huge gain, all of a sudden right in the red zone there.
46 yards, if my math serves me correctly, on that pitch and catch from Pitkin to Swenson. 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Pitkin going to go under center here, offset I formation behind him, handoff left side, cuts back inside, does shut, but he finds more Bucks waiting for him. Gain of 1 brings up 2nd and 9.
And that was a combination of Crawl and Bivens on that play, or actually McQuaid. My apologies on that, not really allowing much on that.
See what Watertown here has drawn up. Just over 2:30 or 2:40 to play in this first half. Yankton leads 17-7. 2nd and 9 now here for the Arrows. Shotgun set, trips left for Pitkin. Watertown offense has not found the end zone yet. Pitkin trying to change that, has some time, forced to roll out to his left, flicks it downfield and in the back of the end zone, just can't quite get there. He was looking for Kessler Swenson in the back of the end zone, but couldn't get it to him.
Yeah, just missed that one. And once again, Pitkin's doing a really good job of being able to roll out and buy some time and just not quite able to connect with Swenson on that play. All of a sudden, real quick here after that big shot play, a 3rd and 9 here for Watertown. Yankton, you got to be thinking about if you get a stop here well short of the sticks, take a timeout and see what you can do on the offensive end.
3rd and 9. Yeah, as you mentioned, 2:08 to go in this first half. Watertown might try to throw here too, so you just knock it down, save the timeout. And they are going to throw one-on-one ball to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Boomsma in coverage, but a flag flies in the end zone. Might get him for DPI.
And I think that's going to be a call there, and that's going to reset fresh set of downs here for Watertown.
Should make it 1st and goal for the Arrows as well. Waiting on the official rule, but referee's looking towards the Watertown sideline, so they're going to march this off here. Brings up 1st and goal from the 9-yard line for the Arrows.
Number 1, half position goal, 1st down.
Boomsma going to check out after that penalty gets called against him. Yankton moving another linebacker onto the field. McQuaid, Platt, and Crawl all out there for the Bucks.
Yeah, a little bit of a bigger package here in the red zone inside the 10, and you know Watertown's going to want to run the ball as they line up in I form.
I formation, as you said. Deep back shut. Pitkin under center. Going to hand it off to the deep back. Off the left side. Jump cut inside. Gain of 4, 5. He's still got the legs churning. He gets to the 4-yard line. So it is a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 4.
Yeah, nice run there here. And now all of a sudden you have a few plays to try to get this to a second goal about the 4, like you said.
And clock stopped here at Crane Youngworth Field. And they're saying to run the clock. I don't know why the clock's not running here at Crane.
No one took a timeout on it.
We have 2 minutes and 2 seconds on the clock. You will need to keep time on the field.
Scoreboard here at the field is having a little bit of a malfunction right now. Scoreboard you see on KYN TV, we're keeping that ourselves in-house. So the clock's been running, and now they'll blow the whistle to stop. It was at 1:14 as that whistle blows on our clock. I think they should just take ours.
I'm with you on that.
The officials will confer. And this is a break in the action, a official timeout, but a timeout nonetheless. And it's brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be wiser and go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. The officials got to synchronize their watches. Like it's an old spy movie.
Yeah, and it looks like the play clock is also kind of glitched out at 0 as well. So that's another thing they're going to have to monitor with that.
Well, we're going to have a halftime break coming up to take care of it. We are underway, or I should say the clock is underway. Pitkin under center, handoff. No, play action, bootleg, left side, fires back to the end zone, high pointing the ball, in and out of his hands, but it's brought in. The second effort there, able to maintain concentration for Hunter Peterson, and that is a touchdown for the Watertown Arrows.
Yeah, nice job there by Peterson. Concentration on the juggle catch. It doesn't matter how you catch as long as you bring it in. And that's a big touchdown there for Watertown. They get that score to bring it in within 3 here, and what a big play, and taking advantage of the big shot earlier to Swenson and getting back on the board.
17-13 pending the extra point here. Snap is good. Hold down, kick up, kick good. 17-14, 3-point advantage for Yankton. Just over a minute to play in the first half by our count. Of course, the official time is down on the field, so the final whistle will come from the referees.
47 seconds left in the half.
The officials say 47 seconds left in the half. 17-14 your score. We're going to go to break, come back in 30 seconds. That scoreboard update brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. We're back in 30.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury, check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet. From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Now located on Summit Street across from the high school.
FM 1021 and AM 1450. KYNT, Yankton.
Welcome back in here, KYNC, KYN-TV. I might have misheard the official there. Did he say 47 seconds or a minute 47?
Minute 47.
Minute 47 there. So just under 2 minutes to go for Yankton's offense pending this kickoff here. 17-14 your score. The Arrows, long touchdown drive, their first offensive touchdown of the game. Their other score came on a punt block. Pooch kick off to the right sideline is going to bounce, and Tegan LaCroix is just going to fall on top of it there. Well placed on that kickoff. Almost caused disaster for the Bucks, but they're going to take it 1st and 10.
And that's what you're trying to do on those if you're Watertown. That's how you want to execute those. And if you get that, all of a sudden your offense is sitting with good field position. But now Yankton here, they got a chance to add to their lead here. They were up 10 before that touchdown, obviously, but now they got a chance here. We saw disaster last week in this type of situation. Hoping to avoid that here and get something on offense before the end of the half.
Yankton has all 3 timeouts, a minute 46 to drive downfield. We'll see if Tate Bestie, how he runs the 2-minute offense as a moth flies into the booth. We'll get rid of that at our earliest convenience. Bestie in the shotgun here. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Takes the snap, fires quick out right side, swing passer. Bubble screen to Carter Boomsma, makes the first man miss. Stops his momentum and makes another guy miss. Breaking more tackles. Most exciting 10-yard gain I've seen all day. Fresh set of downs for the Bucks. They're moving the chains.
What a move there. Carter Boomsma. He made that happen. We'll put it that way. But like you said, made a man miss. And actually, they're going to back that a yard short here, the first down.
2nd and inches here. Fakes the wheel route out to O'Brien. One-on-one ball to Eisness. It was double coverage in the end, and an interception made for Watertown. Huge play there for Gage Robinson, the 5'8 sophomore, picking it off to give the Arrows the ball.
Yeah, and I think Tate got a little too, I don't know if greedy's the right word on that, but he saw an Eisness with double coverage and launched it down there. That's one I think you just kind of got to eat that ball and try to get the first down. But either way, though, this Watertown defense making a play, and now with a chance to see what they can do here before half.
1 minute, 25 seconds left in the half.
Minute 25, according to the head official, as we come back. 1st and 10, Watertown from their own 36-yard line. Got 64 yards to go if they want to put another one in the end zone. They are down 3, 17-14 your score. It could be another situation where Yankton's leading by 2 scores late, and they might go into the halftime. Pitkin, chest high snap, fakes the handoff shut. Looking downfield, has some pressure, rolls out right. Still trying to get pressure on him is Edley Amaro, and Pitkin runs into the official. Ball's loose. Platt picks it up. They're going to blow the whistle and blow it dead, though. The official ended up knocking the ball out of Pitkin's hand there as they collided. So I think I assume they're going to just mark Pitkin down where he hit the official?
They're signaling incomplete pass, Brayden.
And, okay.
They're talking about incomplete, but that, I don't know about that. Something, that's, I don't know if I've ever seen that fully happen like that.
That was a Lemony Snicket series of unfortunate events. It's the white hat official, the head official, who got knocked down there, and Brady Muth wants an explanation. They're going to say, judging from his reaction, they're going to call it an incomplete pass.
And in my opinion, that's not on Pitkin. The official's got to be aware of where things are at and be on his feet, but that's a crazy swing of events.
They're asking for grounding now as Brady Muth if he wasn't out of the tackle box.
I will just say, apparently the official there had an elite PBU. That's what we're going to go with.
Put him in the scorebook. 2nd and 10 after everything that just happened. From their own 36-yard line, Watertown under center, I formation here. Handoff up the gut to Shutt, bounces out right side. He gets met by Chase Platt in the gap. Gain of 7 or 8 there on the play, or 6 or 7 on the play. Brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 4. They're going to call it officially. Gain of 6 for Shutt.
Yeah, and a big spot here, obviously, for Watertown. They got a chance to keep this drive alive and see what they go with here on 3rd and about 4.
Yankton just playing right now to take this lead into the half. Is no timeouts called here on 3rd and 4. You assume if they get the stop here, they're going to call a timeout, let their offense try to draw something up. I form again. Pitkin, handoff, Shutt, up the gut, met immediately. Gain of 1, if anything. A herd of Bucks bring him down after the short gain, and timeout taken by the Bucks. Timeouts brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be the wiser and go with Kaiser. We're going to keep it right here during this timeout as we are down to brass tacks here in the first half in this one. Our clock in the booth says 21 seconds, but officially only the officials on the field have the time remaining.
Yeah, so down to the last seconds here. It'll be interesting to see if Yankton decides to be aggressive. They were last week. I think it'll also kind of depend on what happens here on this punt and let it play out.
Almost spot on there. Got to give a shout out to our scoreboard operator this week, Cooper Kanthick. Only a second off of the official timing down on the field. 20 seconds according to the officials, 21 on our scoreboard. You got to love that.
He's on point.
Punt here. Formation for Watertown. Owen Eidsness back deep to return. He's lightning in a bottle if he gets the ball in his hands and finds a seam. High snap. Rugby-style punt. Booted it as high as humanly possible. Yankton telling each other to clear out. That's going to take a Yankton bounce. Bouncing into the 45-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the Watertown side of the field for the Bucks. But time for only 1 or 2 plays. You got 2 timeouts, but there's not a lot of time to show for it.
Yeah, like you said, 1 or 2 quick throws, maybe a shot to the end zone, something like that. But with how that punt played out, now you almost got to take a chance here and see if you can do something.
11 seconds left.
11 seconds officially here. Shotgun formation for Bestie. 1 receiver right, 2 receivers left. And Watertown playing back here. Eidsness going to go in a short motion. Stacks up left side with Hazelhorse. Bestie fires it out quick. Edley Amaro snags it. He's running down the left sideline. Breaks out a 1 tackle and falls forward. 1st down for Yankton. Timeout called. It's 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Big play there. 15-yard gain on the pitch and catch to Edley Amaro.
What can't he do, Brayden Butler? What a catch. Big play there. And now all of a sudden, an interesting decision here for Yankton. Will they try the field goal, maybe go for the end zone? We'll see what happens.
The only thing I can think of is I don't know if you need a CDL to drive the bus to away games, but Edley Amaro might be working on that as well. He does everything else he can for the Bucks team. 5 seconds on the official clock, so you got 1 play for Yankton. And from 30 yards out, you could have a play to the end zone, but Watertown most likely going to be playing back with a prevent.
You also could try something really quick if you want to get a few more yards and try the field goal, but if you do that, you got to be really fast.
It's got to be bubble screen, get down, call your timeout. 1 timeout remaining for the Bucks.
Snap ball, throw ball, basically, in this type of situation.
Snap, throw, knee, timeout.
Yep. Anyway, like you said, ball right about the 30, and Edley Amaro with a big play there. And like you said, Yankton does have that timeout in their back pocket as well.
Looks like they're going to send Liam Villanueva out there for a long field goal.
Yeah, and Coach Muth has mentioned out of their kickers, he's the one with the biggest leg. They're going to give him a shot here to try to make this.
47 yards officially for Villanueva. That's close to the school record, but I think the school record's 50+, ain't it?
I don't have the record book right on the top of my head.
Trying to remember it. Villanueva from 47. Snap is good. Hold is down. Villanueva kick up. It's got the distance, and it is no good. It was wide left for Liam Villanueva. Time expires in the first half, but Villanueva has shown that he's got the leg for those big field goal situations.
Yeah, so close on that one for Liam Villanueva. I thought for a second there he had it. Like you said, the distance was good, but he's not able to get that one.
We're going to go to break here. Come back with your halftime report brought to you by Avera. Moving health forward at Avera. We're back in 3 minutes with your halftime here on KYNT and KYN TV. Yankton leads Watertown 17-14 here at the break.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, right here in Yankton, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Rhonda and her team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Rhonda Westland, it's easy to switch and save. Just give her a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Have aches and pains taken you out of your game? At First Chiropractic Centers, we have been helping people get back into their game for nearly 40 years. Whether your game is sports related, or it looks more like gardening, household chores, exercising, or just daily life, if your pain is preventing you from enjoying or participating in your chosen activity, we can help. With offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Whittier. First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Turning 65 or new to Medicare? Navigating your options can feel overwhelming, but we're here to help. At Missouri River Associates, we make it easy to find the right plan for your health and budget. From Medicare supplements, Advantage plans, and prescription drug coverage, we'll guide you every step of the way. Plus, our services are completely free. Call Missouri River Associates today, 665-6885. Let us help you find peace of mind and the coverage you deserve.
Buying a home isn't just about real estate. It's about investing in yourself. At the Move Group, we believe the best time to buy is when it makes sense for you. Our expert agents put people before transactions, meaning we listen first, provide honest guidance, and help you make a confident decision. No pressure, no gimmicks. Markets change, but the right home is about more than just numbers. It's about finding the right fit for your life and your future. When you're ready, we're here to help. Contact the Move Group today.
Have aches and pains taken you out of your game? At First Chiropractic Centers, we have been helping people get back into their game for nearly 40 years. Whether your game is sports related, or it looks more like gardening, household chores, exercising, or just daily life, if your pain is preventing you from enjoying or participating in your chosen activity, we can help. With offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Whittier. First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Does anyone in your family have macular degeneration? At Vision Care Associates, we are dedicated to delivering the highest standard of eye care, utilizing the latest medical advancements to protect and improve your vision. That's why we offer ZX Pro, a new technology that measures the risk for macular degeneration. ZX Pro is a test used to assess macular health before signs of macular degeneration even begin. Be proactive and schedule an appointment.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Welcome back in here, KYNC, KYN-TV, Yankton Bucks football. It's 17-14 at the half. Bucks on top of the Watertown Arrows. Let's get into things right away with your halftime stat recap brought to you by Mayor Signs. If it's time to review the look of your business's signage, let Mayor Signs help. They offer all types of signs, exterior, interior, fleet wraps, digital signs, and much more. Consider the possibilities today. They're on 4th and Broadway in Yankton. Looking at your halftime stats, 17-14, obviously your score, but going more in-depth, how are the total yardage looking here at the half for these two teams?
Yeah, looking at it here, Yankton throwing the ball well. They've got 155 yards passing, and the run game looked improved. Jason Lachek was very efficient with his carries, averaging over 4 carry, and he 48 yards rushing for the team. But, overall, Yankton really throwing the ball well. Then for Watertown, they've got 74 yards passing, total rushing about 40 yards, and they're, once again, moving the ball as well, capitalize on a couple special teams errors and things like that throughout the day, and yeah, just it's kind of a crazy game here in the first half.
It's been interesting. We've seen a punt block return for a touchdown. We've seen a long pick six from Yankton by Kale Hazelhorst. We've had a field goal scored, obviously, for Yankton as well, and then a long ball over the top from Tate Bestie to Owen Eidsness. It's been an interesting game so far as we're here at the halftime break. It's still early on in the half as they're resetting the scoreboard here at Crane Youngworth Field, so I don't even know exactly how long we have here in the halftime break. But what does Yankton need to do in the second half here if they want to really take control of this game that they were up 10 in just a few moments ago, but Watertown able to score late to close it to 3?
Yeah, I just look at it as I think some of the penalties as well as some of the blocking of both special teams on the offensive side of the ball got to be cleaned up a little bit. I think some of the penalties have left some points on the board, and then obviously with the punt blocks that led to 7 for Watertown. Just got to clean some of those things up, I think, and Yankton will be fine in this game.
17-14 your score at the halftime break. This is your halftime report brought to you by Avera. We're going to take a quick break, come back in a couple minutes. We'll look at your out-of-town scoreboard, and we'll look at the scoring plays from the first half as well. Got a couple highlights for you here on KYNT and KYN TV. As you can see them live if you're watching KYN TV, YouTube, Facebook, or on our KYN TV apps and online, kyntv.com. We're everywhere. Be sure to check us out. Yankton leads 17-14. We're back in a couple minutes.
Fall sports season is here, and so is Yankton Medical Clinic, with 3 orthopedic surgeons to keep you in the game. Whether you're gearing up for football, volleyball, soccer, or cross country, the YMC orthopedic team is ready to support your winning season. Stay in the game by seeing one of 3 board-certified orthopedic surgeons immediately. No referral necessary, no bouncing between buildings, and no hassles. Just complete orthopedic care when you need it most. Call today or visit yanktonmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care, whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
I love 1919 root beer. It's the best over a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. My favorite is just ice cold 1919 poured over crunchy ice. It's so refreshing. It's the creamiest root beer ever.
1919 root beer is the perfect treat. Brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients. It's the creamiest, full-bodied, alcohol and caffeine-free draft root beer available. It's a taste tradition since, well, 1919.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts. Plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. Some say the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Trivia on Tuesday nights, music bingo on Wednesdays with live music on Friday night. This is downtown Yankton's fun gathering place for all ages. If you can't be on the boat or at a Bucks or Gazelles game, then it's the Boathouse.
When the summer heat is on, make sure your cooling system is up to the challenge. Kaiser Heating and Cooling has the right solution for your home or business, whether it's a high-efficiency air conditioner, geothermal system, or reliable heat pump unit. For over 77 years, we've been keeping Yankton cool with expert installation and service. Don't sweat this summer. Stay comfortable all season long with Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton's most trusted heating and cooling professionals.
Welcome back in here, KYNT, KYN TV. We are at the halftime break. We're going to use this time to look back at the scoring plays from the first half here on KYNT and KYN TV. If you're watching live on KYN TV, you can see them for yourself. If you're waiting at home or listening at home or in your car on KYNT, I will explain them or show them or describe them for you. We'll get there eventually. These replays brought to you by Vision Care Associates. First score of the game, Kale Hazelhorst, coast to coast, pillar to post on a pick six. Basically from one goal line to the other, got the scoring early, started for Yankton. Second touchdown of the game, Tate Bestie dropped back and fired deep on a double move on the outside by Owen Eidsness. Huge hookup between Eidsness and Bestie. And the final score, a field goal from Kevin Ortiz from 30 yards out. The left footer puts it between the uprights. That was your 17 points in the first half for the Yankton Bucks. Watertown down 17-14 at the half to Yankton. As we are get the scoreboard back up and working here at Crane Youngworth Field for the halftime break. And I think it's a perfect time to talk about scoreboards and go to your out-of-town scoreboard here as we look around what's going on in Class 11 AA today.
Yeah, taking a look over Sturgis and Douglas. They're playing out on the west side of the state. That game's 21-0 at the half. Sturgis leads. In Huron, we just were there last week. They're leading right now 7-6 over Pierre with 9 minutes left in the third quarter. T and Aberdeen, they met up for a contest. T's up 7-0 in that one. And the other game going on in 11 AA right now, Rapid City Central leads Spearfish 6-0. As for Mitchell and Brookings, they'll play tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so a little Saturday matchup for the Colonels and the Bobcats over between Mitchell and Brookings. That one in Mitchell or in Brookings?
That one will be in Mitchell.
That one's in Mitchell. Joe Quintal Field. We'll go there for the regular season finale, but there's still a lot of season before we get there here on KYNT and KYN TV.
And we should mention, if you're invested in AAA scores, they all play tomorrow.
Everybody plays tomorrow.
Except for Central, who once again is playing Spearfish tonight.
There's no Friday Night Lights anymore, Josh.
What happened? What happened to the game we love?
Oh, there's like 2017 power conferences, and I feel like an old man yelling at clouds. I'm 24.
You're just a big Pac-12 guy, and you miss it. That's what's happening.
I miss the Pac-12 after dark. That's what
we
I
all
miss.
do. We all do.
You can't sleep. You're restless. You're staring at the ceiling in bed. You roll over. It's 11:47 p.m. Hawaii just kicked off. Not even the Pac-12, but they're playing a Pac-12 school. They got Washington State out there. Great time.
I was going to say, Utah and UCLA met at like 10 p.m. last week, and I shed a tear.
Now that is a Pac-12. I remember, we both went to the University of South Dakota. I remember a day in the newsroom there for student radio. Oregon and Utah were playing at like a 9:30 p.m. Central kickoff, and we watched in the newsroom a little bit.
And from what I remember, knowing where those teams were at that time, that's probably a top 10 matchup too. That kicked off at like 9:30.
That's probably a top 10 matchup. And if I remember correctly, you were upset at how highly ranked Utah was because they just never look good, but they just keep winning.
They're just they're just dark horse contenders. People don't get it. Okay?
Utah has been a dark horse contender for 20 years.
Yeah. Hey, but Brayden, you know who's back on the field? Yankton. They're getting ready to warm up here, Brayden. We're getting close to the second half here in a really good football game, a crazy football game, Brayden. We had a pick six in this. Like we talked about, a couple blocked punts, just a bunch of crazy stuff. The scoreboard shut down in the first half. What didn't happen here at Crane Youngworth Field in the first half?
Didn't have a kick returned for a touchdown, and Yankton's going to hope that stays the status quo as they will kick off to Watertown to start the second half. Do want to thank a couple sportscaster partners for helping make this broadcast possible here as we're waiting for the start of half number 2, including Elwood Family Dental Care, where they take care of the entire family and are always welcoming new patients. Kaiser Heating and Cooling. When it comes to heating and cooling, be the wiser. Go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling. They're at 808 West 23rd Street in Yankton. And Explorers Credit Union. Wherever you want your financial journey to take you, Explorers Credit Union is here to help with a vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com. Both teams getting a little time to warm up here on KYNT and KYN TV. We'll come back in 2 minutes with the kickoff of half number 2. This is Yankton Bucks football. They lead the Arrows 17-14. We're back in 2 minutes.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
Looking for fuel or more? Stop by Triple Time Rudy's, your locally owned convenience store at 17th and Broadway. At Triple Time Rudy's, they're proud to support the community, offering fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers and backing local activities and events. Inside, you'll discover regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. Whether it's a quick snack, a tank of top quality fuel, or a taste of local goodness, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling the community.
Recently, a small business owner came into the UPS store to pick up a banner we printed for her latest event. As we rolled it up, she asked if we also designed brochures. The answer? Absolutely, we can help with that too. For over 7 years, the UPS store in Yankton has been helping customers with all kinds of printing, from large banners to detailed brochures. Come see us today and find out how we can assist with your next big project. And don't forget to ask about our print specials.
Second half of football on its way between the Yankton Bucks and the Watertown Arrows. Yankton leads 17-14 at the break. Watertown will receive to start things here in the second half. We'll see the Arrows offense on the field first.
Yeah, and Watertown, Brayden, found something there on that second to last drive for them, that big pass to Swenson for about 46 yards on that. Eventually the touchdown. Peterson there, and they're looking to continue that in the second half. It took them a while to get going outside of that chunk play. Not really a lot going for them offensively. Maybe that'll be what gets them going.
And, it's not the only football game going on tonight here in Yankton. Obviously, we've covered Class 11 AA scores, but the NFL has decided that Fridays are now on their docket as well, Josh.
Yeah, I think there was a game played every day but Tuesday last season.
They're going to get Tuesday. They're going to corner the market on MAC.
See, and this is where my brain's rotted. I wasn't even looking at the score. Travis Kelce's on my fantasy team, so I was looking at that, not even the actual score. Chargers are winning by 10, if anybody cares.
13-3 Chargers over the Chiefs right now. Is that in Brazil?
That is in Brazil, yeah.
This is Brazil.
I see what you did there.
Fast five, anyone?
Fast five. Dom
Vin
Toretto.
Diesel?
Family. Speaking of family, I like those shirts the Yankton football team has this year. The family with the Y and the Yankton logo shape. I thought that's pretty cool.
There you go.
Tie it back in.
Back to football here on KYNC and KYN TV, and a mistake made in the receiving game. As the ball is received by Tyson Miller near his own sideline, and he tiptoes out of bounds at his own 8, first and 10, in the shadow of their own goal line for the Arrows.
And that's a tough break there, just kind of a mental error. And I think potentially, if he would have just let that one go, that might have gone out of bounds, Brayden. But either way now, Watertown start with the ball at about their own 7 or 8 here on this drive.
Third quarter of action brought to you by First Chiropractic Center and Farmers Union Insurance. 11:57 on the scoreboard. 17-14. Yankton leads by 3. We're going to get the I formation out of the gate here for Watertown. Pitkin takes the snap, handoff up the gut. Plunging in there is Shutt, I believe, on the carry. There's a mass of bodies. It looked like he was the deep back. Gain of 4 for 2nd and 6.
Yeah, nice little run there. Simple I for him. Get something going to start the drive. And you want to get it outside of your own 10 there, and did that on that carry for Shutt.
Second down now here for Watertown. 2nd and 6. Shotgun set, Pitkin, belt high snap, has to go down for it, almost has it intercepted as he flips it out to Scutt, and Scutt is gone as he cuts back inside. 2 defenders on the back of him. A long gain on a swing pass that almost was intercepted by Talon Kenny, and Scutt might need a breather after that one. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line all the way down to the 47. Huge gain there.
Yeah, and that's the second time we've kind of seen them go to that fake screen leading into the swing on the other side, and it's worked really well both times. That one for a big gain of about 35.
First and 10 Arrows from their own 47-yard line. Pistol set here for Pitkin. No, check that. Pitkin's under center. Fullback is number 11, Hunter Peterson. I formation, handoff, right side. Here is Miller with it, and he breaks off the initial tacklers. He's rumbling for another first down. The Watertown offense has some motion, as the kids say, here early on in the second half.
Yeah, nice run there once again, right at the middle, about 13 on the play. And all of a sudden, this Watertown offense, they're clicking and moving the football.
First and 10 from the Yankton 40, crossing the halfway line for the first time in the second half.
Completely flipped the field, too. Once again, this drive started about the 7-yard line, and you get that big swing pass, and all of a sudden a nice run there, and you're in business if you're this Watertown offense.
First and 10, Pitkin under center again. Miller the deep back. Handoff, Miller up the gut. Not as many yards on this carry, but still the pace you like to keep if you're Watertown. 3 yards in a cloud of dust, 2nd and 7 for the Arrows.
Yeah, and he's having a nice day. Only 4 carries, but he's got 31 yards on those carries. Does Miller, and he's been really efficient with his touches and had a nice little run there.
Pitkin going to go shotgun here. Offset pistol here, power. Yankton scrambling to adjust to it. Single coverage on the edges, and Pitkin pulls it. Read option, almost loses the ball. He's wrapped up. Edley Amaro finishes it, but Talon Kenny deserves his flowers on that as well.
Yeah, and that was when they've tried running power to the left a lot tonight. Switch it up a little bit, give a different little look, run to the right there. Yankton did a good job of sniffing that one out, and all of a sudden, 3rd and 9 here for Watertown. You got to wonder if it's 2-down territory. We've seen a lot of struggles in the punt game for both sides where if you punt it, you might only be giving up 10 yards difference anyways compared to going for it.
We'll see exactly what Watertown has drawn up here. Trips right of the formation. Pitkin in the receiver split out wide each side. Pitkin looking that way, fires downfield, intercepted. No! In and out of the hands of Tegan LaCroix. Almost had the interception, but 4th and 9 for Watertown here. They're going to be forced to bring the punt unit on the field.
Either a good play by LaCroix, the strong safety, making a play on the ball, getting his hands on it there and forcing the 4th down. Now let's see what Watertown does. Once again, they got a 3rd and 9 here from about the 39, Brayden, and I think they might go for this. It looks like
they are keeping the offense on the field. Punting, you got a lot of hang time on the punts, but the last one ended up bouncing back and being a net loss on the punt. So Pitkin here going to stay on the field. Shotgun set, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. 1 receiver goes in motion. He returns on his motion out wide to the right. Pitkin under pressure, fires, incomplete. 1st and 10, Yankton as a turnover on downs on the opening drive of the second half for the Arrows.
Yeah, good job by the Yankton defense. They gave up a couple big plays to start this drive, right? They buckle up there, make a couple PBUs, pass breakups, and now all of a sudden good field position here for a Yankton offense that at times did a really good job of throwing the ball in the first half, and they're looking to get some points on the board here and extend their lead.
Shotgun formation from the left hash for Bestie. Left to right go the Bucks as you see it and hear it. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right of the formation. 1 goes in motion. That's Eisnes from left to right. All that for a handoff up the gut to Sedlacek, and he's doing work with it. Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and I've been really impressed with him today, Brayden. Much more efficient with his carries and averaging over 4 carry. And that's all you need from your backs. If you can get me 4 yards a carry, take that all day. And Jace with another nice run there.
Under 9 to play in the 3rd quarter here. 2nd and 5 for the Bucks. Shotgun, Bestie. Sedlacek in the backfield with him. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Claps, takes the snap, stomach high, snap. Bestie under some pressure, fires downfield. Cale Hazelhorse knocked away. Huge defensive breakup there by Watertown. That's number 37, Gage Robinson, in there on the PBU.
And that's something that surprised me, Brayden. We haven't seen a ton of the tight ends in the pass game yet today. We talked about both those guys with Talon Kenny and Cale Hazelhorst, and they played a nice role last week, and Bessie just not able to get that one complete to Hazelhorst on the PBU.
Great defensive play there by Robeson. Chest high snap. Bestie looks quick right side. It's another double move to Owen Eisnes. Downfield in the hands. Owen Eisnes. Another huge play for Yankton.
Yeah, big 26-yard pass on that. You knew it right away. Owen Eidsness in space, one-on-one, makes the catch. Brayden, he's got 124 yards receiving today.
He is just a human highlight reel right now. Bestie and Eidsness. It's a combination that's working for Yankton. You saw it with the Vision Care Associates replay just a few moments ago here on KYN TV. 1st and $10 from the 29-yard line, knocking on the door of the red zone. Offset pistol here. Handoff. Up the gut. Sedlacek breaks off the initial tacklers. He's got more space up the middle inside the 10. Jace Sedlacek with a great run there. And they're going to say just at the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal for the Bucks. They're into the Midwest Insurance Agency red zone.
Yeah, and you need to see that from that Yankton offense. Really the closest thing they've had to an explosive run this season with the backs. Nice run there by Sedlacek.
A little movement in the backfield there, Sedlacek. I think he knew he was going to get the ball. He was excited to go up the middle again and try to punch this one in. And they're going to get a false start on the offense.
He was just thinking, feed me more on that one. He was ready to go. And like I said, just got a little bit of a head start. Now 1st and goal from about the 15. Let's see what Yankton dials up here.
Feed me more. We'll call him the Ryback.
I see what you did there. Look, I thought it as soon as I said it. I'm not going to lie.
That's a joke for like 7 people. Shotgun formation here. Bestie takes the snap, rolls out left, fires quickly, has Owen Eidsness along the far sideline, pushed out a play at the 3. Gain of 12 on the play for Yankton. Back with a 3rd and goal set here.
Yeah, once again, go to 0. He's having a great day. We've talked about it. And now 2nd, very manageable here from the 3.
Gonna go pistol here for Bestie. Madden McQuaid is the up back. Jace Sedlacek the deep back. Defensive line try to get a head start there for Tyson Miller. Flags fly. As an encroachment against the defense. So they're going to go half the distance to the goal line. You go from the 3 to the 1.5.
Yeah, and that's big here. You go from 1st goal to 15. All of a sudden, you sit at the 1.5 here in 2nd and goal. Now you have a few chances here to try to punch this one in and see what Yankton once again goes with here as McQuaid runs off the field. They're going to check in Carter Boomsma out wide.
Trips right. Bit of a bunch formation. See if it's just a lot of eye candy for a handoff. It is a pass. Quick pass. Abe O'Brien into the end zone. That is a touchdown from Bestie to Abe O'Brien. 2nd time this season. 1st time tonight. It's Abe O'Brien on the touchdown.
Yeah, and that's his 2nd touchdown of the season. Just throwing on a little in route there, the big receiver, and he makes things happen. Touchdown, Yankton. What a response here to start the 2nd half after things kind of got a little tight. Making a nice play and getting a touchdown.
23-14, your score pending the extra point. You can see it again on the Vision Care Associates replay on KYN TV. Low snap, but corralled by Yankton. Ortiz up. Ortiz good with the extra point. And after a shaky week last week in the extra point department, Kevin Ortiz 3 for 3 on PATs today.
Yeah, and what a good drive there from Yankton to start up. The pass play, the big shot to Eidsness, as well as a couple nice runs from Sedlacek. And then once again, Bestie on the little in route to O'Brien to make it happen. Yankton extends their lead to 2 scores.
Scoring drive brought to you by Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations. Gonna go to break here as Yankton leads 24-14. Scoreboard update brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, the go-to place for specialized wellness and therapy. We're back in 30 seconds with the Yankton Kickoff here on KYNT, KYN TV.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Liam Villanueva, the big right foot, ready to boot things away. Tyson Miller back deep to return, as well as Gage Robinson for Watertown. 24-14 your score. Yankton up 10 as they score on their first drive out of the halftime break.
Yeah, needed that one if you're Yankton. Once again, extend the lead there. A couple of nice pass plays, and once again, a few runs by Sedlacek. Get that one done.
Ball received at their own 5-yard line by Miller. Tries to cut inside. Tegan LaCroix able to wrap up and hold on for the tackle there on kick coverage. 1st and 10 from just past the 20 for the Watertown Arrows and quarterback Marcus Pitkin.
Yeah, now if you're Watertown, you got to try to get this back to one score, whether that's 7 or 3 here. This Yankton defense did a good job after giving up a couple big plays on that last drive, responding and getting the stop and the turnover on downs. This has been a fun matchup to watch between these two sides here, and we'll see what happens again as we get another series.
Ball officially at their own 23-yard line for Watertown. Pitkin looks like he's going to line up in the shotgun here, but a power shotgun. Nobody's split out wide. It's a close bunch on the left side of the formation. Pitkin takes the snap. He's looking left side. Swing pass out to Scott. Yankton playing it well momentarily, but Scott's able to get away from everybody. First down on the play, but a flag does fly. Might be calling that one back.
Yeah, I think it's coming back. Scott did a good job of getting through. Yankton was there, but once again, Scott made a move, but like I said, coming back, holding on that one, I think, on that swing pattern.
Wait for the official ruling here. It is holding against the offense. That'll march 10 yards off. It goes from 1st and 10 from the 23 to 1st and 20 from their own 13 for Watertown. But they've done some of their biggest damage backed up in the shadow of their own end zone.
Yeah, we saw in the last drive a big 30-yard pass in that last sequence on kind of a swing pattern, very similar to the right side of what you just saw on the left there on the hold. But, this Watertown offense has definitely been dynamic when they're down back towards their own end zone, and we'll see if they can do it again here.
Big thanks to One Office Solution for helping make this broadcast possible. They're located next to Pizza Ranch on Broadway in Yankton. Shotgun formation here for Pitkin. Running back on his left side. Handoff up the gut. Scott takes his time. Now bursts forward for a gain of a couple. Eating into that penalty yardage, but still a ways behind the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, call about a gain of 3 or 4 on that play, and now you're just battling back, trying to get some yards there, and that's a good start with that. Now playbook opens up maybe a little bit more here on second down.
Looks like they're going to give them 4 officially to bring up 2nd and 16 here in the third quarter. Under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter of play. Yankton up 10 as it is now fully sunset here at Crane Youngworth Field. The floodlights are the only ones we got. Pitkin in the shotgun again. Belt high snap. Fires quick. Right side. Ball was out, and it's a received pass. It is a completion on that far sideline. I believe that's number 7. It is. And that would be Cutler Swenson.
Number 7, Cutler Swenson is complete.
Yeah, nice little gain on that play of about 8 or so. And now all of a sudden you're sitting here with a third a little more manageable, called about 7 or 8. Brayden, once again, got to imagine Watertown kind of need this one down 10 here.
You mentioned it yourself, though, making it third and manageable huge. But the way Yankton's offense looked in the last drive, you don't want to give them the ball back. Down multiple possessions. Pitkin, chest high snap, deep drop, fires quick left side, tight end screen. Eat your heart out, Bob Nielsen, former Coyote head coach. But a gain of only 1 on the play brings up 4th and 7.
Yeah, and the second level of that Yankton defense did a really good job of not biting on that screen. They have a few times tonight, right? They adjusted there, make the play, get the ball back to the Yankton offense now, up 10 here.
Might have been more of another inside joke, but Bob Nielsen,
legendary coach for the Coyotes.
Legendary coach for the Coyotes, but also known to, he was really good at getting the ball to the tight end. They had some, I say we as former Coyote, they had some great tight ends, put up a lot of great seasons under Bob Nielsen.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. A lot of guys who had some quality play. We do have a snap infraction on Watertown. This will bounce it back 5 yards. But, yeah, absolutely, and excited to see what Travis Johansson does there. They got a game against Lamar tomorrow. I know South Dakota State's in action. I don't remember who they have tomorrow.
Big game, top 3 matchup.
Oh,
They're on the road in Bozeman.
I should know that.
Punt is away for Watertown. Best punt of the night so far. Hits at about the 46-yard line and just kind of dies out there, rolls back maybe a yard or 2. It'll be 1st and 10 Yankton from the Watertown 45-yard line as Tate Bestie gets to lead his troops another time.
Just the biggest game in the FCS, and I forget about it. But, yeah, this Yankton offense here, they were rolling the last drive. We talked about some of those pass plays as well. Got the ground game going here with Sedlacek, and they're looking to try to go up 3 scores here if they can punch it in again. But, once again, got to go about 45 yards here to get that touchdown.
Bestie here in the shotgun. Edley Amaro goes in motion, left side to right side, and a flag flies for a false start.
Dead ball, false start, number 77.
They got Peyton Eustace, the right guard, said he moved a little bit.
Yeah, and that's really kind of been the one thing on this offensive side of the ball. A lot of these pre-snap penalties, false starts, legal formations, things like that, that once again, 2 weeks in a row has kind of been a bit of a problem. You know, Yankton wants to clean it up.
1st and 15. Looks like the same play call as Amaro does the same motion. Handoff off that right side to Jace Sedlacek. Says we're going to get those yards right back to bring up 2nd and 10. The gain of 5 off the right side of the O-line.
Yeah, gain of 5 on that play, and he's got 10 carries for 58 yards tonight, Brayden. Really nice night for him. Having a good day.
2nd and 10 now for the Bucks. They're getting that penalty yardage back. Sedlacek going to go in motion out wide left side. Bestie takes the snap, fires downfield, looking for Carter Boomsma. It was behind him, and he tried to lean back to get it. He got popped, but it's clean out there on the field. 3rd and 10 for Yankton from the 45.
Yeah, just a little bit behind, like you said. Once again, those passes down the middle of the field, they're risky if you miss even by a little bit. Big hits can happen, interceptions can happen, things like that. Now Yankton, we'll see what they can do here on 3rd down. And I said it a lot, but you got to think about 4-down territory with a couple punt blocks here in this one.
Shotgun again for Bestie, as it has been all night. 2 receivers out wide to the left. Bestie takes the snap. He's looking right side. One-on-one coverage. His favorite receiver, Owen Eidsness, high points it and gets it. Owen Eidsness again. The kid is just sensational, Josh.
Yeah, he is sensational. Went up and got that one. And Brayden, he's got 8 catches for 148 yards today. He's having quite the day, Brayden.
Just go up and get it ball to Eidsness, brings it down for a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10. Yankton from the Watertown 33-yard line. So we're back to live action here. And the only time they haven't been in the shotgun today is when they switched to the pistol, Josh, and that's what they're in right now.
Yeah, in the pistol here, once again, 2 receivers right. And with a fresh set of downs, let's see what the Bucks choose to do here.
Under 4 to play in the 3rd quarter. Bestie fakes the pitch, cuts it inside, gets a couple yards. He's eventually chopped down, but he gets to the 26-yard line. Gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3.
And that's such a nice little wrinkle you can have when your quarterback can move and run. That adds a little extra thing to the run game there. Pitch option there, chose to keep it. Makes it got about 7 or 8 on that play.
Shotgun here for Bestie. Sedlacek on his left, receiver in motion, right to left goes Carter Boomsma. Trips left now with the motion. Bestie's going to roll out to that left side, fire quickly, find Abe O'Brien near the line to gain, makes 1 defender miss, 2 defenders miss. Abe O'Brien down the sideline, he's inside the 10. 1st and goal, Yankton, and they're working in the Midwest Insurance Agency red zone.
And I like, Brayden, that they've kind of got O'Brien into the mix here these last couple drives. He was the guy who scored the touchdown the last one. Gets about a gain of 15 on that play. We've seen what he can do with that big shot play last week as well against Huron, and now the Bucks in business here at 1st and goal.
Bucks in gun empty as well. O'Brien out wide to the left. Eidsness and Boomsma out to the right. 2 tight ends in the formation as well. Amaro and Kenny. Chest high snap. Bestie looks quick. Right side. Trying to get it to Boomsma on the quick out. He might have gloved that one. They're going to say incomplete.
Yeah, that just incomplete. A little bit behind on the out route there and not able to connect.
2nd down and goal now from the 9-yard line for Yankton. Shotgun formation here. Bestie, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Sedlacek in the backfield. Going in motion left to right of the formation, Owen Eidsness. Bestie looks left, fires on the swing pass to Sedlacek, puts the shoulder down, and brings the tackler with him out of bounds. Gain of a couple. They're only going to say 2 on that swing pass to bring up 3rd and goal from the 7.
Yeah, 3rd and goal from the 7 here. They've gone to Sedlacek on that swing route a few times there. Not really much to gain on that, but now, like you said, 3rd and goal from about the 7, and see if the Bucks can convert here.
This is huge here for Watertown. If they're able to hold the Bucks to 3, keep it a 2-score game. The Bucks go up 3 scores with under 3 to play in the 3rd quarter. They're going to be a tough team to beat in the 4th. Bestie rolling right, firing back of the end zone. Up and with it is Cale Hazelhorst. That is a touchdown for the Bucks.
Wow, what a catch. Go up and get it, young man. The tight end, he makes plays on defense. We make some on offense, too. Nice catch. Gets the touchdown. The Bucks about to go 3 scores, extra point pending.
Replay here on KYN TV, brought to you by Vision Care Associates. Just great ball, great work from Cale Hazelhorst. Potentially going up 17 here, 30-14 your score. Like you said, Josh, pending this extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, kick up, kick good for Kevin Ortiz. 4 for 4 on extra points, 31-14 your score. It ends in a touchdown pitch and catch to Cale Hazelhorst from Tate Bestie. Scoring drive brought to you by Core Trust Bank. Core Trust, raise your expectations. That scoreboard update as well brought to you by Kaiser Heating and by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. Visit SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab today. They're the go-to place for specialized wellness and therapy. We're back in 30 seconds as Yankton kicks off with a 17-point lead here on KYNT, KYN-TV.
Fall sports season is here, and so is Yankton Medical Clinic, with 3 orthopedic surgeons to keep you in the game. Whether you're gearing up for football, volleyball, soccer, or cross country, the YMC orthopedic team is ready to support your winning season. Stay in the game by seeing one of 3 board-certified orthopedic surgeons immediately. No referral necessary, no bouncing between buildings, and no hassles. Just complete orthopedic care when you need it most. Call today or visit yanktonmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
Liam Villanueva tees it up for Yankton as we come back live here on KYNT and KYN-TV. 31-14 your score. The Bucks up 17 for a little pitch and catch there from Tate Bestie to Cale Hazelhorst. Josh, do you have the official yardage on that as well? It was
7-yard touchdown pass there on that one. Once again from Bestie to Hazelhorst.
Kick away from Villanueva, going to be received at their own 6-yard line for Watertown. This is Robinson with it. He cuts it back inside. Check that. That's Tyson Miller. Ball's out on the ground. Fumble recovery for Yankton. If it looked as my eyes don't deceive me, it is Yankton possession. Wow. And the Bucks in business again.
Yeah, and we've talked about the impact of special teams in this game, and you saw it right there again. Bucks getting the fumble. They've gone 14 unanswered here in the second half, and they got a chance to add more.
Looks like Jace Sedlacek was in there ripping it out. I didn't see if he was in there on kick coverage. It looked like 2-4. Might have been someone different, but huge there for Yankton. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line, and the Bucks could go up even more here early on, or late on. Bestie firing one-on-one ball to Carter Boomsma. Boomsma goes up, gets it, gets the feet down for a touchdown. Huge play there for Yankton.
What a play, what a catch, what a throw, and another touchdown here for Yankton. And all of a sudden, we went from this being a 3-point game to Yankton open this one up. They have a chance to go up 24 with the extra point. This passing game, Brayden, has been on point. Tate Bestie today, Brayden. 254 yards. He's got 3 touchdowns.
And it was Owen Eisnes who was the main receiver early on, but Bestie, these last couple drives, he's been spreading the sugar a little bit. He's been a friendly neighbor. Hold is down, kick is up, kick is good for Kevin Ortiz. 38-14 your score. Josh, it stays a 3-score game, but a 24-point advantage for the Bucks. That scoreboard update brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, and that scoring drive brought to you by Core Trust Bank. What an offensive explosion here in the third quarter for Yankton. 3 touchdowns. There's still 1:47 to go in the third.
Yeah, and what a half, what a quarter, I should say, for this Yankton offense. You know, being able to throw it deep, make some plays there in the passing game. We've seen it from a bunch of different guys. Owen Eisnes, of course, we talked about 148 yards, like you said. Carter Boomsma now, he's got 55 yards and a touchdown. We've seen Abe O'Brien get in the mix, Hazelhorst with a touchdown as well. All of these guys making plays happen, and that's really what it seems like, Brayden, has been the identity of this offense these first 2 weeks, are these shot plays, and they've worked well, especially in the second half, both of these first 2 weeks.
Yeah, whatever their halftime pep talk is, it's worked these last 2 weeks. Yankton outscored Huron last week 20-3 after the halftime break. They're currently up 21-0 in the second half on Watertown. You put those together, 41-3 in the second half of games so far through games 1 and 2 and 3 quarters almost. 1:47 to go in the third quarter. We're going to keep it right here in case you were wondering after that scoring drive, as Liam Villanueva already has the ball teed up. That scoring play was sprung. A one-play, 25-yard touchdown drive. A pitch and catch from Bestie to Boomsma. It was sprung by a fumble recovery on the kickoff. Villanueva to send this away again. End over end kick. It's going to be received by Robinson at his own 11-yard line, trying to work down that right sideline. He's cut down near the 27, 1st and 10 for Watertown. officially at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, now if you're Watertown, you're down 24. What happened? It was a 3-point game about 10 minutes ago. Things have kind of just opened up for Yankton here, and now you still have some time to get some scores. It's still a 3-score game, but kind of limits what you can do on offense, at least running the ball, where you kind of got to start moving a little bit quicker here. We'll see what they choose to do, but yeah, all of a sudden you find yourself down 24 in almost the blink of an eye.
Yeah, last time Marcus Pitkin touched the ball, he was in a 10-point deficit thinking, all right, I can get my guys back out of this. Now he's down 3 scores, 24. A little shovel option there to Peterson, who's running in front. The tight end gets the ball on the shovel pitch. Gain of 4 to bring up 2nd and 6. Crafty little maneuver there.
Yeah, almost a little bit of a lost art, the shovel pass. You don't see it as much as you used to, but got it out there for a quick little pitch and about 3 or 4 yards on the play.
I've run that team on cut. Or run that play on cut, I should say. That's College Football Ultimate Team for those who don't play the NCAA football video game.
And just making sure, I didn't catch the number. Who had the reception on that? I'm trying to keep live stats.
That would be Peterson, number 11. Hunter Peterson, the tight end. Handoff off the right side to Peterson. Nothing doing on that one. Loss of 1. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. A gang of Bucks was there to stop him at the line. 3rd and 7 now for Watertown.
And Brayden, I've been impressed with this defense. They've only given up 7 points today. They've been really good. And
there's a player down for Yankton. It looks like Edley Amaro getting stretched out with a cramp. We're going to keep it right here as they're going to tend to Edley. Athletic trainer Trevor Woods is going to head out there and look at him. But 38-14, Josh, you're up 24 with 48 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Your defense has been playing extremely well in this entire ball game, but especially here in the second half. You've only given up 1 offensive touchdown. 3rd and 7. What does Watertown need to do here? And do you think they might go for it on 4th down? They're up against the wall here and running out of options.
I think it's still a little too early to try to go for it in this situation. If they were on the other end of the field, maybe, or if they get it within a yard, maybe. But that's one of those where if you go for it in this spot, you're saying this is the game right here. And if that's something they want to do, so be it, live with it. But I just think it's a little too early maybe to try that. But we'll see what happens here on 3rd and 7. Either way, they got to be aggressive here, Brayden. Start making something happen at some point.
Much like the cheesecake that Bree bought for their birthday earlier this week, Josh. It's a little too rich for my blood. It was good cheesecake, though.
That's always a win. Good cheesecake. Whenever you have good cheesecake, it can never be a bad day.
I'm going to spam the fiance option. 3 days late, or 3 days belated happy birthday. It's still the birth week for Bree. Pitkin going to take a shot downfield and absolutely blown coverage for Yankton and Watertown. From the outhouse to the penthouse, at least for the time being, a long pitch and catch for the touchdown. That's Kessler Swinson on the 70-yard touchdown catch.
You know, they used to run a segment on ESPN, on Monday Night Countdown called Can You Be Any More Wide Open? And that's what Swinson was on that play. Like you said, some busted coverage on that. And that's exactly what Watertown needed. All of a sudden, they're right back in it. It's a 2-score game. Big play there. Well, of course, they're going to try to go for 2 here. And that's what I thought was possible there. Madden McQuaid had a bit of a late hit on the quarterback going after it. But Watertown will obviously decline that with the touchdown. Now they're going to try to go for 2 to make this a 16-point game.
38-20 your score, pending the extra point. That scoreboard update brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
Never mind. They will be kicking the extra point, like you said, to make it a 17-point game. Yeah. I'm just so used to team.
The people at home can't see me. I was nodding. But, yeah, you expected them to go for 2 here to make it into a 2-score game, yeah.
Right. That's just something where, that's just kind of what football's become, where if you have a chance to make it, that's 16. Usually teams go for it. But they're looking to get 2 touchdowns and a field goal maybe in that type of situation. But
high snap as well, and a fire drill has to be underway for Watertown. We thought they'd go for 2. They go for 1. They get none as a high snap causes a discombobulation in the Arrows special teams unit.
Yeah, nice break there for Yankton. They keep this once again. Now for Watertown, you got to score 3 touchdowns to try to take the lead. You can't get 2 touchdowns and a field goal and tie it. So that is a big swing there on that extra point.
38-20 your score. A 70-yard touchdown pitch and catch for Watertown. Drew them closer, but still a 3-score lead for Yankton. Right around 30 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. We're going to take a 30-second break and come back here on KYNT, KYN-TV.
FNBO is the great big small bank. And for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. a bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com. Member FDIC.
FM 1021 and AM 1450 KYNT Yankton.
And as the 15-yard penalty is assessed on the kickoff, the Arrows will kick from the Yankton 45-yard line.
And with that's at, Brayden, there could maybe an onside kick possibility here. Who's to say? Well, anything's possible when you're kicking off from the opponent 45.
Now, we've talked about it earlier on. Now we've seen everything.
Yeah.
Except a kick return for touchdown.
Well, I say why not? More often than not, Yankton's been starting about the 30-35 anyways.
And this one's just going to be booted away, received by LaCroix on his own goal line. He cuts it out right side, trying to find some blockers, has some space. He is wrapped up and brought down at about the 22. So a decent little return there for Teagan. LaCroix sets the Bucks up 1st and 10. They're actually going to mark him down at the 21. 1st and 10 from their own 21 for the Bucks.
Brayden, this offense has been rolling 3 touchdowns here in the 3rd quarter, throwing the ball well and making things happen. Tate Bestie's got 3 touchdown passes in this 3rd quarter.
20 seconds remain here in the 3rd quarter of play as Bestie claps, takes the snap, trips right, handoff up the gut to Jace Sedlacek. He's got a couple yards as he falls forward. Gain of, looks like 3 they're going to give him, brings up 2nd and 7, and that should take us to the 4th here on KYNT, KYN-TV. 4 fingers up from the Yankton coaching staff. We're going to the final stanza. The Bucks up 38-20 with 12 minutes remaining on the game clock. We'll see what both teams have in store for the 4th quarter of play, but Yankton's on top. We're back in 60 seconds. This is Yankton Bucks football, KYNT, KYN-TV.
Are you on track to retire? I'm Adam Boelter, a certified financial planner with Vantage Financial, born and raised in Yankton, South Dakota. My team and I pride ourselves on building trust through clear, honest advice tailored to your unique goals. From retirement planning to smart tax strategies, we'll create a personalized plan to help you feel confident and secure about your financial future. Visit vfplanning.com or search Adam Boelter, Vantage Financial, to schedule a 15-minute call today.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
Handoff up the gut, Sedlacek, as we come back to live action. Gain of 1. Tough running there for Jace, but brings up 3rd and manageable for Yankton.
Yeah, and once again, they're now 3rd and manageable. The clock not running here at Crane, but we do have it operating here, so it's a little bit tough. I'm kind of leaning over looking at your computer at our score, or our clock there, but...
Well, last time I turned this computer too much, it hit a power button and kicked us off the internet in the pregame. So, don't want to turn it too much. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hey, at least it happened in the pregame and not during like a Tate Bestie touchdown pass here this evening.
He's got 4 of them. He's
got 4 of them today. Playing well, and this offense really clicking. We've seen improvement from the run game this week too. Brayden, Jace Sedlacek, he's got 12 carries for 63 yards, and looking to add more to that here in the 4th.
We'll say offset pistol here for Yankton. Sedlacek, fake the handoff to Sedlacek. Quick pass out to Owen Eisnes on the perimeter, and he gets a 1st down and more. 1st and 10 Bucks. Quick little screen pass out to Owen Eisnes.
Yeah, and Owen Eisnes with an 8-yard catch there. That puts him over 150 for the day, Brayden. 156 yards on 9 receptions. Have a day. We've been talking about him a lot this season. He's been awesome.
I know the P&D bringing back those old Have a Day graphics, for a little nostalgia feel from, what was that, 8 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that?
No.
They were really popular. Owen Isaac might get back-to-back have-a-day graphics, and he might get something else back-to-back. We'll talk in the postgame. Isaac in motion, right to left. High snap, bobbled away. Ball's on the ground. Bestie dives for it. Does the opposite of a Cam Newton impression there. See who comes up with it.
I think Yankton got this one back.
It is Yankton ball after a little heart flutter there for Yankton fans in the stands. Brings up 2nd and 13 here from the Bucks 31-yard line.
And you talk about a game changing quick. After a 70-yard pass on Watertown's last drive, imagine if they came up with that fumble. That changes the game real quick.
The clock at Crane Youngworth Field keeps stopping. I'm sorry to cut you off, Josh, but it is upsetting the Yankton coaches.
Yeah, and that's it's at least according to what we have on our clock, it's about 20 seconds behind on the scoreboard here at Crane.
And as soon as we get a chance, we can get those to match. But with how fast the Yankton offense moves, it's tough to get those matched up. 2nd down and 13 here. Pistol set here for Bestie. Sedlacek, the deep back. 3 seconds, 2 seconds on the play clock. Bestie's got to take the snap, and flags are going to fly as Amaro was in motion there and didn't come reset before they snapped. So 5 more yards off for the Yankton offense.
Number 64, 5-yard penalty.
Oh, it wasn't even Amaro. They're going to get Drace Gaskins with the false start.
And Drace Gaskins on that one. We talked about that, and I think that's, once again, this Yankton offensive line, a lot of false starts, legal motions, or illegal procedure penalties. Got to clean those up, but I think the blocking in general really has improved as this game's went on. They've been able to find some rushing lanes, time for the quarterback to throw the ball. It's just clean up some of those false start type of penalties.
Shotgun here for Bestie. And we're going to get another false start. Madden McQuaid had just checked into the game, too, went off on the clap. The Yankees been using that clap delay, go with the center. They're trying to draw the defense offside with that clap, and fortunately it backfired for Yankton there. False start on the Bucks.
Yeah, and this is something where, Brayden, it's an 18-point game, but you can't be making mistakes like this. This is how you put a team back into a game like this. Can get a little uncomfortable. You want to clean up some of those things, and now you're sitting at about 2nd. It's about 20 or so here.
I know we were discussing a scoreboard update off air, Josh. Did you get to that on the air, or am I just not remembering?
Yeah, so Huron is playing Pierre tonight. They ended up winning that game 13-7. So Huron off to a really good start. Took this Yankton team into a really competitive game in the second half, and this week pull off the victory against Pierre.
High pass over the middle by Bestie, out of reach, and Bestie took a shot while releasing that one. He's up to his feet and looks to be staying in the game, but 3rd and a country mile. That ball might be closer to Gayville than the first down marker right now, Josh.
Yeah, closer. And 3rd and 20, like you said. They're going to check off Madden McQuaid in this play, and in comes Carter Boomsma.
Shotgun set here for Bestie. 2 receivers left. Bestie takes the snap. He's going to fire downfield. 1-on-1 ball to Boomsma, and that one's just out of reach of everybody. Brings up 4th down, and the punting unit will come on. We've seen a couple punt blocks today, so Yankton's got to be careful here. Make sure everything's tight.
Yeah, can't be getting up a punt block or anything like that. And if you're Watertown, you look at it this way. If you're able to block another one, all of a sudden you score 2 quick touchdowns. You're right back in this thing, and Yankton's got to be careful here.
4th and 23 officially for Villanueva on this punt. He's got a good leg. They just got to give him time to get it off. Villanueva bobbles the snap, tries to get the punt off. It's blocked. It's another punt block in for 6.
Yeah, I don't even know what to tell you on that. It's something that Yankton's got to clean up. That's 2 touchdowns on punt blocks, 3 punt blocks throughout the night. Has completely swinged this game one way or another.
And coaching staff for Yankton beside themselves with how the punting game has gone tonight. Special teams usually a part of Yankton's game that honestly is a strength of the team. Just something's going off tonight where Watertown has their number.
Yeah, a complete breakdown special teams-wise here tonight on the punts. Got to be able to clean that up. And like you said, you don't ever really see 2 block punts in a game, let alone 3, let alone 2 which for touchdowns.
38-26 your score pending the extra point attempt, whether they're going for 1 or 2. Both teams huddle up near the sidelines. I didn't hear a timeout get taken.
And now you got to imagine, just based on math, go for 2. You go down 10 here. Got to think they'll at least consider going for 2.
Or I guess that is the more modern wisdom. Go for 2 now so you know exactly what you need. Another thought, you could kick the field goal here, go for 2 later. But whistles blow, and both teams going to go back out on the field. Looks like Watertown will go for 2 here. 38-26 your score. 9:31 to play. Pitkin in the shotgun, receiver in motion right to left. Actually, he returns out back right side. Pitkin takes the snap, faces the pressure at the middle. He rolls out to his right. Pitkin flicks it into the end zone, intercepted by Kale Hazelhorst. Hazelhorst ends up being incomplete is the call, but a big play there from Kale Hazelhorst.
Yeah, big play. You stop the 2-point, and now all of a sudden that forces Watertown, if they get the ball back, they got to score 2 touchdowns once again instead of going for maybe that touchdown field goal like we talked about. Yankton, though, a couple errors here on special teams with 2 touchdowns.
38-26 your score. The Bucks up 12. As we wait for the kickoff, let's thank a couple of our sportscaster partners for helping make this broadcast possible, including Graham Tire. If you notice issues with your vehicle, don't hesitate to call the service experts at Graham Tire. They do more than sell tires. Graham Tire of Yankton, your auto service and tire store next door. And Sherco, a proud supporter of Yankton sports. We need to be sure. Make it Sherco. Also thanks to Stockman's Motorsports, your local Polaris dealer with a full lineup of Rangers and Sportsmen ready to get you in the fields, in the woods, or wherever you like to go. That's Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. Watertown to kick off here. We're going to keep it right here live on KYNT and KYN TV. Owen Isaacs back deep to return along with Tegan LaCroix. Different set than we saw last week, Josh, but we've seen the wrap, the club, the cast, whatever it is, on the right hand of Miles Drotzman, so it makes sense that he's not back there trying to return kicks, despite having a kick return for 6 last week.
Yeah, did have that kick return for 6 last week, and now if you're Yankton, you need to do one of 2 things. You got to score or you got to be killing clock here on the offensive side of the ball.
You know whose name we haven't called a lot on defense? It might be a testament to his coverage is Miles Drotzman, as Tegan LaCroix takes this one from his own 11-yard line, goes left sideline to right sideline, has a host of blockers in front of him. LaCroix cuts upfield past the 50, back inside to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Tegan LaCroix. Great play for the Bucks. Now we've seen everything, Josh. A kick return for 6. Yankton up 44-26.
This is one of the craziest games I think I've ever seen, Brayden. The way it scores or the things have happened in this is just insane. You see something else there with a LaCroix kickoff return for a touchdown, and like you said, we have now seen everything happen today.
And you're watching it live on KYN TV on your Vision Care Associates replay. LaCroix received that one and took it coast to coast. Tiptoed the sideline, cut back inside. Great blocking by the Yankton special teams. From a special teams mishap to a special teams success, really turning the page there for the Bucks as Ortiz on to kick the extra point, potentially to put the Bucks up 45-26. Hold down, kick up, kick is good. 45-26, your new score. Bucks on top by 19 here on KYNT and KYN TV. Back to a 3-score game for Yankton. That scoreboard update brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. We're going to go to break, come back in 60 seconds. This is Yankton Bucks football, up 45-26 here on KYNT, KYN TV.
At Mead Lumber of Yankton, we're more than building materials. We're your partner in every project. From your first sketch to your final nail, we're here with expert advice, quality products, and hometown service you can count on. For over 100 years, we've been proud to build homes, businesses, and dreams with you right here in our community. Stop in and see what makes Mead Lumber the trusted name in building. Mead Lumber of Yankton, helping you build, helping you grow, from design to finish.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
For coverage you can count on, call Brendan Hansen or Brandon Tykrow in Yankton today.
Welcome back to Live Action, KYNT, KYN TV. Josh Boelter, Brayden Butler here on the call for you. And Josh, we've seen everything officially with the kick return for 6.
Yeah, we've had a kick return for 6. We've had a pick 6. We've had 2 block punts for touchdowns, a partridge in a pear tree, along with like 4 tape pesty touchdowns. It's whatever you want in a football game, we've had it tonight.
Kickoff from Villanueva here. Received by Robinson near his own end zone. He cuts out right side. Flag flies. We'll see who it's against as he's escorted out of bounds near the 25-yard line.
I think you're going to get a holding penalty here on the edge, right about the 20.
Illegal block in the back.
It's a legal block in the back there. Good catch there, Bolt.
I still got the penalty wrong.
That was close enough.
Yeah, close enough. Right area, right guy, wrong call.
Wrong math, but same result.
Yeah, we got there. You know what they say. You can say whatever 2 plus 2 is or whatever, as long as you get to the right number. You know, whatever. It works. Here we are, fourth quarter. crazy game here in Yankton.
Got to compose myself now.
Fun night.
1st and 10 from their own 15 for Watertown. Chest high snap here for Pitkin. Rolls out to his right, looking downfield. Pump fakes, now fires in and out of the hands of the intended target. But a flag in the backfield. We'll see who it's against.
All right, this one I'm 99.9% sure we're going to get right. This is going to be a holding on the right tackle. I think he got a hold of Bivens' jersey here on the edge.
We hear from the white hat.
Holding, number 77.
I did it.
Nailed it.
We did it.
First down.
And the words of Bob Euchre, he's not the best color man in the game for nothing, folks.
R.I.P., by the way. Bob Euchre. Legend.
Dynamite drop in, Donnie. You teach that one in broadcasting school. I love Major League. Got to watch that
Great
again.
film.
Belt high snap to Pitkin here. Looking left side. He goes over the middle of the field. One-on-one coverage in and out of the hands. Great breakup there for Tegan LaCroix. Was behind the defender but reached around him and knocked it away as the pass was intended for Max Sears.
Yeah, looking for Sears on that one. Trying to take some deep shots. Once again, pinned back deep. You got 2nd and 20 from your own 8. You're down 19 here. Need to make something happen and make something happen quick. And just wasn't able to connect with Sears on that one.
2nd and 17 for the Arrows.
2nd and 17 for the Arrows here inside their own 10-yard line. They're at their own 8. Need to get to the 25 for a fresh set of downs. Pitkin, halfback draw up the middle, and good run there for Scott. Makes the first defender miss. Ends up getting a couple yards, but still not to the original line of scrimmage. You're going to give him a gain of 4. Cuts it down to 3rd and 13.
Yeah, gain 4 probably should have been tackled in the backfield. Nice move by Scott to make something happen. And now 3rd and long here for Watertown. Down 3 scores in the 4th. I know we talked about unreasonable going for it, but Brayden, it might be about that time. It's getting there.
8:20, under 8:30 to play. You're down 19. Doesn't matter where you are on the field. You just need something to go your way right now. As Pitkin's going to break the huddle on the shotgun. Things warming up here in the booth. I turn the heater on. Pitkin, chest high snap, looking left side. Pump fake, gets away from the initial pressure. Now fires ball, batted up. McQuaid's near it, but it's falling harmlessly to the turf. And I think it's Gavin Johnson there on the pass breakup. We haven't called his name in a little bit, but he's still making plays.
Yeah, making some great plays there. Yankton gets a stop, and it looks like Watertown will punt. And I'm glad you mentioned the heater was getting turned up because I thought I smelled something burning in here. And at first I thought my nose was just playing tricks on me. No, it turns out the heater is on.
That's the whole reason I mentioned it. I didn't wear a hoodie like you. I'm not as smart as the one and only Josh Boelter.
Hey, we can't do math, but I know when temperature-wise I should probably start wearing a sweatshirt.
One of these days, I'm going to check the weather report before I come to the field, as it's Gage Robeson back to kick now to punt for Watertown, and Robeson gets this one away. Bit of a dead ball, and it bounces at the 39, has some backspin on it. They're going to down it at the 41. Downing that ball was number 81, Charles Whiting, the junior. And the Bucks are going to take over 1st and 10 from the Watertown 41-yard line. Good starting field position here for Yankton as they look to potentially put this game away.
Yeah, and it's been a minute since we've seen this Yankton offense, Brayden. They had it at the start of the 4th, but then the kickoff touchdown there for Yankton. So it's been a minute since they've been on the field, but they're in a good spot here, up 3 scores on the Watertown 40. Call about the 42.
Bestie in the shotgun here. I think they're officially going to mark it at the 41 here. Low snap off the boots of Bestie. Dives for it. He gets back on top of it. Huber signaling, Coach Huber signaling it's Yankton possession. And Tate Bestie for the 2nd time tonight. I made the joke earlier on, Josh, the opposite of a Cam Newton impression, getting on top of that one.
Yeah, and that one hit him on the foot and just bounced up. Yankton fortunate to get that ball back and keep this drive going.
2nd and 13 for the Bucks from their from the Watertown 44-yard line now. And Ben Bowman into the game this week at center, didn't get the reps, was dealing with an injury last week. Been very solid in terms of snapping things, just that one left it a little low.
Yeah, even the other one that kind of, like you said, snapped right off of Bestie's chest. First one, so.
Face mask high snap, handoff up the gut to Sedlacek, spins off the initial tackler, almost gets back to the original line of scrimmage, brings up 3rd and 11 from the 42.
Yeah, nice little run there. Once again, at this point of the game, you're up 19. There's under 7 to play. This is just about running as much clock off as you can. Try to bleed it out and keep Watertown out of it here as they're kind of over towards the side waiting for the call here once again from Coach Huber on the sideline.
Under 7 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Yankton leads 45-26. There's 14 seconds on the play clock, so still time to get things going here for Yankton. Trips right of the formation, bunch set. One receiver split out wide left is Cale Hazelhorst. And that's a quick little bubble screen out to Carter Boomsma, and he can get going in a hurry. That's a first down for Boomsma and the Bucks. And they get down to the 29-yard line. So from the 42 to the 29, nice little pickup there for a fresh set of downs on the chain movement.
You know, Brayden, football is one of my favorite parts for the simple reason that sometimes things are as simple as give a fast guy the ball in open space and just let him run. See what happens. And that's what happened there. Yankton gets a nice first down there on a 3rd and long.
And everything on offense, it felt like it's been really working for Yankton today. They've had the downfield shot plays. They've had the underneath stuff with these bubble screens and things of the like. And the run game has been working really well today as well with Sedlacek in the backfield.
Yeah, opening up a little bit here, like you said, in the run game, much better than last week. Is another handoff here to Sedlacek.
Yeah, Sedlacek, he's wrapped up near the shoulder pad there. He's trying to fight forward. Whistle blows as the pile falls onto Sedlacek. That's a lot of bodies on top of Jace. Gain of 1, if anything, there, as that one was pretty snuffed out by the Arrows defense.
Yeah, and it looks like there was a Watertown defender who kind of grabbed Jace's jersey there and said, "You're not going anywhere." It's the Dark Side Superman meme, if you've ever seen that, where he grabs the cape and pulls him back, that type of thing there. And
you're going nowhere.
Going nowhere. You got 3 minutes.
Got 3 minutes.
3 minutes of play time. Macho Man.
Bonesaw is ready. 2nd and 10 here for Yankton from the 29. Eisnes in motion, right side to left. Handoff up the middle. Sedlacek again. Flag flies almost immediately. And a gain of 3 on the play, but we'll see if it's moving back.
And I think it is. I think you're going to get something here on the Yankton line and legal formation, yeah.
It's the 3rd illegal formation of the day for Yankton?
I believe so, in that neighborhood.
Still some things to clean up here for the Bucks. It's week 2. Nothing's going to be polished in early September. You're going to want to be polished late October, early November.
Yeah, 2nd and long here. And once again, Yankton just trying to bleed that clock. It's under 5 minutes here and trying to get out with a victory and move to 2-0. And we talked about it. They'll be back at home next week, Brayden. They've got Douglas here.
You know, Josh, I was about to mention, you don't want to look too far ahead, but playoffs would be on Halloween as there's a handoff up the middle to Jace Sedlacek, puts the shoulder down and gets a yard to bring up 3rd down and about 14. But that would be accounting that it'd be a Friday for Halloween. First round of playoffs on Thursday, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
There we go. So, no, we will not got a full season to play, but there won't be playoffs on Halloween.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. And like you said, a lot of season to go, but Yankton off to a good start here. You beat a Huron team who appears to be looking much better this season compared to the last couple seasons, getting a big win against Pierre last week. And then now you take on a team as the defending state champion. You're up 3 touchdowns here with under 4 to play and looking well on your way to 2-0. Things are looking good here to start for the Bucks.
45-26 your scores as a handoff up the gut to Jace Sedlacek. Gets to about the 30-yard line. And we saw Yankton try to kick it from here to end the first half. And we'll see if they think about it again or if it's just that no man's land. They're going to go for it and see what happens.
Yeah, I think it's okay to go for it. I would say maybe try a pooch punt or something like that, but obviously I think at this point punt game hasn't necessarily gone the smoothest today. That's how we'll put that. And I think, like you said, just go for it here and see what happens.
We were hypothesizing earlier what the school record was for a field goal. Was it Jake Gravholt gave us? It is over 50. He believed it was 52.
Yeah, he says Eric Johnson at 52 yards.
Bestie's going to go downfield here into multiple coverage, and that's caught for a touchdown. Abe O'Brien, how did he bring that in? AOB for 6 from Tate Bestie.
Tip drill for the win. Abe O'Brien, he sees that one tip in the air, focuses in on it, and able to grab it for the touchdown. Yankton with another score here, putting up a 50-burger on the board today, Brayden.
And we're watching it again in your Vision Care Associates replay. Knee-high snap. Bestie just goes downfield, and that's why you're told to knock it down in the back line. You don't want to tip it up. Abe O'Brien with the sure hands and the concentration brings it in, and Yankton an extra point away from doubling up the arrows, and it is good. 26-point advantage for Yankton, 52-26 your score. That scoreboard update brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, and that scoring drive brought to you by Core Trust Bank. 52-26, Yankton, a 50-burger, the first of the season for the Bucks offense. We're going to take a break, come back in 1 minute, and keep things rolling. The Bucks up 26 here on KYNT, KYN-TV.
Looking for the perfect place to get together with friends and family, watch the game, and enjoy some of the best wings in town? Make plans to visit Checkers Sports Bar and Grill. It doesn't matter what team you cheer for, your game day cravings are covered. Enjoy the action while you dig into mouth-watering wings, juicy burgers, and stacked sandwiches. Open Tuesday through Sunday, Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is Yankton's favorite spot for food, friends, and sports. Your game days belong at Checkers.
Have a large group or event that you'd like to offer clothing for? JJ Benji's can make you look good. Instead of you taking orders, collecting money, and then delivering the clothing, let JJ Benji's handle it all. JJ Benji's will create an online store with the merchandise you want to offer. People order, pay, and then JJ Benji's will ship it. You just provide a link or QR code to the online store, and that's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton for more information.
Welcome back here, KYNT, KYN-TV. Liam Villanueva to kick as Yankton leads 52-26 with 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Villanueva sends this one away. Received at about the 3-yard line here by Robinson. Trying to find some lead blockers down that right sideline, but he is going nowhere. Met at the 20-yard line. In on that tackle there for Yankton on the kickoff coverage was Brennan Gilmore, the senior. First and 10, Watertown in their own territory. They're going to say you got to about the 21-yard line.
A wild game here tonight, Brayden. 52-26, crazy score. And we talk about this Yanks defense. It says 26 points on the board, but Brayden, 2 of those touchdowns are off of punt blocks. This defense, once again, having an incredible game. You talk about it. They've really only given up 2 scores, and on top of that, have a pick 6 today from Cale Hazelhorse.
And if you want to keep playing the if game or if and win game, only one of those was coming off a long drive, too. It was just a misplay in coverage. The handoff off the left side goes nowhere for Watertown. Gain of nothing brings up 2nd and 10. It was a 70-yard touchdown pitch and catch that got the second offensive touchdown of the game on the board for Watertown. This Yankton defense, if you don't, they're not going to look at the scoreboard. They're going to look at the facts of this game. They've played very, very well.
Yeah, they have. This defense, and even last week, 24 points on the board. There was a pick 6 in there involved on the offense. Then this defense has been firing all cylinders to start the season, and I've been very impressed.
There's not many facets of the Bucks that I haven't been impressed with so far. Coaching staff will tell you the procedural penalties for sure, but solid start to the season as handoff right side from Pitkin. Ball carrier spins forward, gain of 2 on that one, as that is Miller on the carry.
Called about a gain of 3 on that play, Brayden.
Give him an extra yard. 3rd and 7 here, and that's just tough running for Miller. Looks like he was brought down for a gain of 2, but was able to stretch that one out.
Yeah, imagine Yankton once again looking to go 2-0 here, and that's so big. Getting off to a good start in the season, especially if a lot of new guys starting, is so important. And just once again taking care of business here tonight.
3rd and 7 here for Watertown. Pot pass goes off the left side and wrapped up and ripped down by Miles Drotzman was Kessler Swenson. Loss of a few yards on there. That pop pass just had nothing doing, and if Watertown brings on the punting unit, Yankton can just kneel this game out.
And you got to imagine that's probably what is going to happen here, but we'll see if Watertown decides to go for it here.
Statement, I believe, made today by the Yankton Bucks, a team in Watertown that I don't want to say out-muscled, but they won the game in the trenches last year up in Watertown. That just was the case. And this year, Yankton gets to flex their muscle and get a big win over the defending state champions.
Yeah, and once again, that's a good start to the season, and you pick up a quality win here to start here as this punt. Heisen's going to feel about the 40.
Oh, muff punt there. Carter Boomsma gets down on top of it for Yankton, but almost ended up being another Watertown possession. But only thing left to really handle here with 34 seconds, 38 seconds, right around 35 seconds left.
First down, Bucks.
Is to take a knee and wrap things up. Bestie directing traffic. Do they even line up under center for the victory formation, Josh?
I don't think they're gonna. Tate's lining up.
I think someone's missing, according to Bestie here, and Boomsma's going to run back onto the field.
Hey,
Yankton student section believing they just won, and Bestie will go under center for the first time tonight, and he will kneel it down, and that should do things here at Crane Youngworth Field. 52-26, a statement made for the Yankton Bucks as they take a big victory to move to 2-0, and they defeat the defending 11AA state champions. Josh, what a performance tonight for the Bucks.
Yeah, and there's a lot to like from what you saw there. The passing game was really solid. Run game had a better day. Defense was electric, making plays, forcing turnovers, and making stops. And you had the kick return for the touchdown as well. A lot to like. And, I think there's some other things that they're going to want to look at and try to clean up. But overall, you got to come away happy with a win, and a win where you beat the defending state champion 52-26.
It's not a finished product yet for the Bucks. I bet Brady Muth will be the first to tell us that. But if that's an unfinished product, that's a beautiful product to look at in the future. The remainder of the season going to have some pretty decent hope starting early on here. Still plenty of season to play. We'll break down this matchup in our post-game report here in a couple minutes. We're going to go to a break, come back in 3 minutes here on KYNT, KYN TV.
I'm Colby Cookta, one of your Yankton Edward Jones financial advisors. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles on KYNT.
Call 605-653-4860 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
I'm Colby Cookta, financial advisor Edward Jones Yankton, member SIPC.
Mount Marty is committed to excellence in nursing.
We really go the extra mile to care for our students as a whole person. My name is Crystal Diedrichson. I am an associate professor of nursing at Mount Marty. As a Catholic Benedictine university, we can incorporate God and prayer in our regular classwork and interactions with students. And in addition to that, we care about the students in other aspects of their lives.
Start your journey at mountmarty.edu.
Do you have a pest problem? Bed bugs, bats in the attic, termite damage, earwigs? Olson's Pest Technicians can tackle any of your pest problems. Family owned and operated with over 80 years of pest experience in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Proven pest methods include Centricon bait stations for termites and Bicane treatments for bed bugs. Even the toughest pest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson's Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
You've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury. Check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet. From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Now located on Summit Street across from the high school.
Do you struggle with dry contacts? At Vision Care Associates, we have a great option. Infused contact lenses by Bosch & Lomb. Infused lenses are designed to ensure that your eyes stay hydrated and irritation-free, even after a full day of wear. Our doctors specialize in fitting these lenses for maximum comfort and optimal vision. Schedule your consultation and experience the all-day comfort and crisp, clear vision you deserve.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Sherco, the industry leader in tarping, has done it again with the release of the all-new Sherlock E-Series electric tarp. The E-Series features fully assembled front and rear arms, a pre-wired sealed control box, and Sherco's exclusive SmartWire sealed harness for quick and easy installation. Operate the E-Series with the SureLink EZR remote or by your smartphone using the SureLink app. Add more time to your day with the Sherlock E-Series. To learn more, contact your authorized Sherco distributor or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
Welcome back here, KYNT, KYN TV. The Bucks with a big win, 52-26. Getting my numbers mixed up a little bit here on KYNT and KYN TV. Big game for the Bucks. A statement made in this victory over Watertown, Josh.
Yeah, anytime you score 52 points as a team, a game's fun, right? And that's what this Yankton team did tonight. And it was in all facets, too. We talked about Tate Bestie had 5 touchdowns. There was a pick 6 from Cale Hazelhorst. The kick return from Tegan LaCroix as well. I mean, every week just averaging a kick return so far. I know the season's early, but I think Yankton will take that. And just really, in that perspective, just a lot of ways get done. And like I said, anytime you're a football team, you score 52 points, things are a lot of fun.
Hey, you mentioned the interception from Cale Hazelhorst. That kid's on a pick-per-game pace right now. I bet he's going to want to keep that continuing next week as I believe Douglas comes to town next week. We'll talk more about that later on. We'll also have your post-game coach interview here shortly as it looks like we might get offensive coordinator Terry Huber. So, big game on offense. We'll say just how big here as we get into your post-game stat recap brought to you by Mayor Signs. It's time to review the look of your business signage. Let Mayor Signs help. They offer all types of signs. They're on 4th and Broadway in Yankton. 52-26, over 400 yards of offense, over 300 yards passing, Josh.
Yeah, 300 yards passing. Look, senior quarterback Tate Bestie had a great day. Anytime you throw for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns, that's great. Great performance, and he has some receivers who can go up and get a ball when they need to. But what also impressed me, Brayden, we talked about we wanted to see more from the run game tonight. I thought Jason Logic had a really nice game, 73 yards rushing, same as last week actually, but did it on a lot less carries, and I thought was a lot more efficient tonight, and really a good game for the Bucks offensively. Yeah,
and the defense played well for Yankton as well, 254 yards given up, but over 400 yards of total offense by our count, and I think that's a perfect opportunity to talk to the mastermind of the offense here, offensive coordinator Terry Huber, as we get ready for your post-game coach interview brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda help you find the best insurance coverage for you at Rhonda Westland State Farm. Coach Huber, over 400 yards of offense, 52 points on the board. They're obviously procedural things are still something that I know you guys are going to want to clean up, but there can't be much to complain about after that.
Yeah, no, the procedural things are the only thing that I can see for a blemish right now. The guys played so hard tonight, both sides of the ball and on special teams. It was just a really fun night. Guys having each other's backs. I mean, I think if this is a game where there's big plays everywhere, it happened tonight. There was just big plays on all aspects of the ball, and it was really fun to see those guys play.
And you mentioned the big plays. I mean, just that seems to really be a staple of this offense right now. A lot of shot plays down the field to receivers. Let's talk about your senior quarterback tonight. 300 yards passing, over 300, 5 touchdowns. I mean, talk about have a day, Tate Bestie.
Yeah, he went after it tonight. My favorite thing about Tate is how poised he is. He's in there. He's feeling comfortable. We're talking at halftime. He's like, Coach, I can step in the pocket. I got time. The guys are doing their job up front. Communicating with him. What do you like out there? What don't you like? And it's just, for a guy who hasn't started at all until this season, he is acting like he's been playing for the last 4 years at the varsity level. And it really makes my job a lot easier.
Tate was a guy in the baseball season leading up. He got used as a closer a little later on. As a broadcaster, I could tell the guy just does not really wilt under pressure. And you mentioned it there, stepping up in the pocket and everything. Head coach Brady Muth was pretty candid early on that he talked about Tate's exit interview last year. He talked about wanting to get a little more arm, be able to push the ball downfield a little more. It feels like those downfield throws are really clicking. You even had a moment last week, double move with Owen Eidsness. Tate leaves it a little bit behind him. You ran the same play today. It ends up up leading them out in front for 6.
Yep, absolutely. And, I would say that receiver-quarterback combo right now, between all of our receivers and Tate, they're so on touch with each other. They know the ball's out before they're looking. And, like we saw it last week, Owen turned last second, and the ball's exactly where it needs to be. But what people aren't seeing is that those guys, every single moment they have, they're playing catch. If they're eating a peanut butter sandwich, they're playing catch. And that's an actual story. I'm watching them do it, and I'm just sitting there smiling because I know exactly where that translates. It's going to translate right to the field, and these guys are putting in that work in the off season. Like you said, those exit interviews are big for us. We want to know what their goals are and how we can get them to attain those goals, and that's a big deal to see those guys just step in, put in the hard work, and it's really showing on them.
Yeah, and I almost want to ask you like a guessing game question here. If you had to guess how many receiving yards Owen had tonight, what would be your guess?
Well, I know first half he had all the receptions besides 2. So I don't know yardage wise, but I'm gonna put him at probably 13, 14 receptions maybe tonight.
Yeah, you were spot on the receptions there. Actually, no, 9 receptions, but 100. I was off on the number, but 156 yards receiving for the senior receiver.
I love it. Let's go. This is a kid that's put in so much time and effort, and he's leading. It's again stuff that we're seeing as coaches. It's not just about Owen Eisnes. It's about the receiver group. It's about the offense. And it's about the young guys. He's a guy who I have seen firsthand. He's going to take it upon himself to help these young guys to get to where he's at because he knows how hard it is to get to that starting spot and to go take advantage of it. He got some on-field reps last year, but right now he's kind of that staple receiver that, that combination is beautiful. And then the second half, we see those other receivers come in, and they're going to take advantage of all the opportunities they get, and they did.
And then with that, I wanted to ask you, that's not just anybody you guys put 52 points on the board against. That's the defending state champion. How does that set the tone for the season?
Coach Hale and I were actually just saying, pregame, you always try to get a feel, what are these guys feeling like? And you could tell, I think both sides, it was a tone-setting game. How are we going to continue our progression through? And, we truly only do care about this game. And we're going to care about this game until tomorrow, and then we're going to care about next week. It's beautiful because the guys are truly understanding that I don't think half of them know who we play next week because they are so set on how can we beat Watertown tonight, and I absolutely love that aspect. It's not just a thing they're out saying. It's not a 1-0 this week just because we're saying it. These guys are living it, and it's absolutely beautiful to see these leaders on this team do that.
I know your focus as a coach more on the offensive side of the ball with position groups and everything, but defense played really well tonight as well. Only 2 touchdowns scored by the Watertown offense. One of them mixed up in coverage, ends up being a 70-yard bomb. I know you guys want to clean that up, but I thought the defense played immaculate tonight as well.
They were lights out. We got kind of put on the skates a little bit early on. Kale had a big interception coming back there, getting that pick 6. Those are huge plays, and I thought, Coach Olson had them dialed in tonight. The run game, they were all over that. They had a couple big run plays, but besides that, I loved it. They were guys rallying to the football, trying to get all 11 hats to the ball, and I was so proud of the defense tonight. Yes, I am an offensive guy, but the beauty is I get to sit and watch that defense as much as possible, and I try to help them as much as I can, but they went out there and they did their thing tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Only 65 yards rushing for Watertown tonight. And I like how you mentioned earlier other receivers getting in the mix in that second half. Of course, the tip drill with Abe there. I really just like how that receiver room's growing between Owen and Abe and Carter and all those guys. Just talk about that room.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of guys who are selfless, who love playing with each other. I can see Kale and Boomsma and O'Brien and Eisnes, and you see these guys getting out there, and I haven't seen a single guy get upset than another guy scoring or getting the ball. That first half, if I'm another receiver and I know that Owen got 95% of the yards there, it's really easy to be selfish as a high schooler and put your head down and say, why not me? Why not me? But instead, they're rallying and they're saying, absolutely, you keep getting after it until they cover you. You're going to keep getting the ball. And, then they come out in the second half, and I told them, what are they most likely going to do? They're going to bracket the guy who's got 8 receptions in the first half, right? And they come out and they do that, and then we got Kale getting receptions. You got Carter on the deep one, Abe in the end zone. I mean, it's really fun seeing those guys, how much they mesh together. And, Coach Hale, I got to give him props, being the receivers coach, how much he's been able to lead those guys and show them what a selfless coach does and how a player does that.
Josh, unless you got anything else, I was going to ask about next week.
I was going to ask you one more. Yep. We've been talking all about the pass game. I want to show a little love to the ground game as well.
Baby,
I mean, yeah, you didn't quite get to 100 tonight, but it felt more efficient tonight. I thought Jace had a really good night. Let's talk about Jace a little bit.
He has been settling in, and those were tough yards. I know, like you said, we didn't get that 100-yard goal, but those were tough yards that he got, and it felt that way. It felt like we were getting there when we needed him. He was able to do his thing, and that's huge for us. I think everybody knows as an O-line guy, I absolutely love the run game. That's just in my blood. But we're taking what they're giving us, and when they're giving us the run game, they're taking full advantage of it. Those hogs up front were doing their job, communicating, working well together. It's tough when you're getting all these new guys in to get those guys to mesh together. And Jace is reading blocks. There's nothing better to me, and I'm going to see some photos that will be on some kind of Facebook page, and you're going to see Jace right on the back of his guard or his tackle pulling around, or that H-back leading up, and that's beautiful to me because that's a trust from a running back into those lead blockers, and those blockers know when they get him on there, that's my running back. I'm protecting him as much as I can. So cannot say enough about Jace Slotchick and how much he's grown and developed in this offseason.
Back home next week. You get the home schedule more this year after a lot of road trips last year, a lot of long road trips. Douglas coming to town next week, if memory serves me correct.
Yes.
What's the expectation there? I know you said the players aren't really looking ahead as the coaching staff. What are you guys looking for?
Yep, so just game planning on these guys. I think they're going to come out fast and furious. That's a long road trip, and they have to. That's their coaches are going to have them up ready to go for us. I think they had a little bit of a slow start. I know I checked score against Mitchell last week, but that's something they're going to want to bounce back. And I don't know what they did tonight, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter to us. We got to go out there and we got to execute. Coach Muth always talks about the goal of execute, and he gets that from some leaders of our country that they're doing the right thing, and I think our guys are going to understand. It doesn't matter who we're playing this week, we're going to have to execute. And I think Douglas is going to be a good matchup for us.
Well, thank you for taking time to talk to us, Coach Huber. Congratulations on the big win tonight. Offense really shined, and got to make you happy, of course.
Yeah, absolutely appreciate it. It was a great night, great night for Yankton, and we appreciate all the support of everybody out here and the ones watching online. It's a big deal for all these players and just the community. So I appreciate you guys doing everything that you do, and go Bucks.
We're going to take a quick break, reset everything, come back in 60 seconds to wrap things up here on the Postgame Report, brought to you by Mason Strom and the Move Group. You buying or selling? Move with Mason. As your postgame coach interview, brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Back in 60 seconds to wrap things up.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision too. That's why State Farm agent Rhonda Westland is right here in Yankton to help you select the right protection at the right price. Rhonda will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call her. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Have aches and pains taken you out of your game? Sports injuries can happen quickly, posing threats to your health and ability to participate in your regular athletic activities. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson from First Chiropractic Centers. Chiropractic care can provide pain relief from sore and aching muscles and lead to faster recovery after workout by easing the inflammation you experience, like stiffness, pain, or restricted movement. Visit with us about managing your sports injuries. First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
We're back in here, KYNT, KYN TV. We got to crown your players of the game. We'll start on the offensive side of the football, and that's brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Tate Bestie going to get offensive player of the game today. 5 total tugs, threw for over 300 yards, and we got to admit as well, Owen Eidesness was on this graphic with Tate Bestie until about 10 seconds ago. It's just, Owen Eidesness also deserves his flowers today, but Bestie gets the spotlight this week after a huge performance.
Yeah, 306 yards, 5 touchdowns. He played really well and had a really good start here in his home debut as a starting quarterback for the Bucs.
It's a beautiful game offensively, defensively. We are going to stick with the defensive player of the game strategy that we had heading in. Cale Hazelhorst, pick 6, going coast to coast. Great, basically center fielder for the Bucs over the top. And Gavin Johnson joining him. I thought Gavin made some great plays coming up in the run game. Went a little quiet maybe in the third quarter, but we saw a big knockdown there in the fourth quarter to really help seal things for the Bucs.
Yeah, I mean, the secondary was great today, and we talked about it. Cale's a ball hawk. He had 8 interceptions last year. He's got 2 already this year. He's been great. And then Gavin Johnson was just clean in the secondary. A lot of pass breakups, made some nice tackles as well, and had a sack in this game. And, yeah, the defense is playing strong and looking good, and you really like to see it so far.
Well, Josh, we've talked about replay system being introduced this year, a new replay system here for KYN TV. We're going to try something a little on the fly. Not on the fly. I've been prepping for it, and hopefully everything goes smoothly. But I believe I can play back not only all of the scoring plays from today for Yankton, I think I have it where the audio from those plays as well. So we can let that play for you again as we go here on KYNT and KYN TV. If the audio works, you'll hear me shut up. If it doesn't work, you will not hear me stop talking. I will keep talking in this one, as it looks like the audio does not want to work for me. So I apologize there, but huge for Yankton today, as they were just massive in this one. Actually, there it goes.
Wide open, it's Owen Eidsness. He's taking it to the house.
I believe a 39-yarder by just a few inches earlier on. Snap is good, holds down, Ortiz kick up, and this one is through the uprights. Big kick. See if it's just a lot of eye candy for a handoff. It is a pass. Quick pass, Abe O'Brien into the end zone. That is a touchdown from Best. The Bucks go up 3 scores with under 3 to play in the third quarter. They're going to be a tough team to beat in the fourth. Bestie rolling right, firing back at the end zone, up and with it is Cale Hazelhorst. He cuts it back inside. Check that. That's Tyson Miller. Ball's out on the ground. Fumble recovery for Yankton. If it looked, as my eyes don't deceive me, it is Yankton. Late on. Bestie firing one-on-one ball to Carter Boomsma. Boomsma goes up, gets it, gets the feet. You know whose name we haven't called a lot on defense? It might be a testament to his coverage is Miles Drotzman, as Tegan LaCroix takes this one from his own 11-yard line, goes left sideline to right sideline, has a host of blockers in front of him. LaCroix cuts upfield past the 50, back inside to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Tegan. I hypothesizing earlier what the school record was for a field goal. Was it Jay Gravholt gave us? It is over 50. He believed it was 52.
Yeah, he says Eric Johnson at 52 yards.
Bestie's going to go downfield here into multiple coverage, and that's caught for a touchdown. Abe O'Brien, how did he bring that in?
Electrolytes for hydration, and a blend of ingredients aimed at supporting mental focus. It's clean, powerful energy. Look for the can with the Bolt. Empower your performance with Form Energy.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, they believe patients should understand their treatment, not just receive it. That's why they show you x-rays and photos, explain the why, and keep you informed every step of the way. They treat patients of all ages and especially love caring for kids. Most pediatric treatments are done right in the office, trying to limit trips out of town. So come see Elwood Family Dental Care today, located at 19th and Broadway, where they take care of the entire family.
Welcome back in here, KYNT, KYN TV. So just a little handoff issue there, Josh. It was playing with the sound over KYN TV, wasn't going back to our studio on KYNT. So there's a little issue there we'll have to work out. But we do have access to replay for the future, and I think that's big for us.
Yeah, especially when you score 52 points. It's fun to look back and watch some of those plays from this game.
That was huge for Yankton today. 52-26 your final score. They got Douglas next week here at Crane Youngworth Field. 7 p.m. kickoff, 6 p.m. pregame. Josh, should be a good one there as well.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun there. And look, you got a chance to bring it home. You got a chance to go 3-0. You have a strong start to the season, and we'll see what happens next week against Douglas.
That's going to wrap up our coverage of Yankton Bucks football here on KYNT and KYN TV. The look ahead to Douglas is brought to you by Parker Hannafin of Yankton. Parker, engineering your success. Any final thoughts here, Josh, as we wrap things up from Crane?
Look, anytime you drop 52 points on the defending state champion, that's a statement game. You played well, especially on offense and defense, making things happen. And I was really impressed tonight. They're 2-0 and looking, trying to get to 3-0 next week. Really impressive game from this team and an offensive explosion for sure.
For Josh Boelter, I've been Brayden Butler. Thank you to our listeners and sponsors who help make this broadcast possible. Big thank you to Grady Harrington back at the studio in KYNT Studios. Make sure everything runs good there as well. The Bucks win 52-26 to go to 2-0 on the season. Douglas next week. As we always say here, or as I always say anyway, stay safe, be good people. Have a great night, everybody, as the Bucks win 52-26.
Thank you for listening to Yankton Athletics on KYNT, a Riverfront sports property and Yankton's home team. Be sure to subscribe to the KYN TV YouTube page and hit the notification bell so you never miss the action. You can also find KYNT on Facebook, X, Instagram, and online. Remember, KYNT is your home for Yankton Athletics.